my fellow Biafrans. Good morning to the lovers of freedom. Good morning to all genuine Biafrans who are under USVG government. Good morning to you all. Good morning to my Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. Good morning to my President, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Good morning to my Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko. Good morning to you, all the Biafra commanders. I greet and I salute you all. I salute you who summoned the courage to stand on the mandate of declaration of United States of Biafra. I salute you, and once again, I encourage you this morning, as I say to you, happy weekend to all well-meaning Biafrans and the lovers of freedom. I greet you all and salute you all. Please, as you come in this morning on this live broadcast, please endeavor to like, share, subscribe. For you doing that, you are making other Biafrans to know that we Biafra TV, one of your own, is alive. Is live this morning. For us to continuously putting the political pressure for Biafra to be organized, and also for us to get our leaders, the president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko, and all the prisoners of conscience that was held illegal with so-called Nigeria government, who that their name means death sentence to every indigenous person. That is the importance of why we are coming live to denounce the death sentence called One Nigeria. That is why we are here this morning, to let you know that the Biafran people who are seeking recognition from the international global community for us to be alive and for no one to kidnap us or arrest us or put us under torture and inhuman treatment. These are the reasons. And also, when we sleep in the night, we can easily close our eyes and sleep. That is what we are doing. Remember the code on this platform? Hashtag Nigeria government and Britain /UK free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra. Now that they put Nigeria on a country of a particular concern, because of the killings that are going on, painting the world against Donald Trump, against America, against US, is not going to solve any problem. In the history of Africa, British are the one colonizing Africa. Britain or UK is the problem of Nigeria, not America. And America is the one giving Nigeria aid. Nigeria is not giving America aid. So people should stop deceiving themselves. How many of America have Nigeria passports? And how many those call themselves one Nigeria have passport of America? That they say that America is a safe heaven for them. Our minds are so dirty. That's why we always think the bad side and not looking at the good side. But for me, or people of the real Biafran people, Donald Trump coming to invade Nigeria is never be a solution to the problem. The issue is, what is the solution to what is going on in Nigeria? Is the question that anybody should carry on in his mind. Putting Nigeria on a country of a particular concern is very good. It's a one-way step to solve partially the problem, not to end the problem. So, for the problem to be end, is what is everlasting solution. The everlasting solution of what is happening in Nigeria is what the Biafran people has brought on the table. What is that? To allow the people of United States of Biafra to have their own country. That is what will stop what is going on in Nigeria. Donald Trump invading Nigeria and bombed those areas of Boko Haram. Today you will see openly that those that are sponsoring Boko Haram are attacking US today. Anybody who is against US is the one sponsoring the killing that are being done by the Boko Haram. These are pure fact and figure. Look at China that are sponsoring them because they are mining gold in Nigeria, are raising their ugly head. From the origin of Nigeria, did you see America looking for your oil or what? What can you offer America they don't have? What can anybody offer America they don't have today? Is it money? Is it power? Is it equipment? So far, Nigeria cannot be able to end terrorism. You are not seeing from that particular aspect. You only see that it's coming to take push oil, push what the thing they want to take. Those that are supporting Nigeria today, what is going on, are those that are supporting the terrorism that is going on. So, J. Donald Trump, what will solve the problem is what the Biafran people has given offer to you. What is that? Our official declaration on November 29, 2024, as for United States of Biafra, as a new nation that will leave Nigeria, or has already exists Nigeria. It is the solution. Why is it the solution? It is a solution that the killing that is going on is those that was imported in Nigeria are the one killing the indigenous people who happen to be the Christians. So when Nigeria is being divided according to your tribe and your region and your belief, everybody will protect themselves. The problem of Nigeria is not America. Rather, the problem of Nigeria right now is China and Britain or UK. They are the problem, not America. America only wants to give us help. America always acts as people that are helping people. That is who they are, and that's what they are doing. So whoever is against Donald Trump and his action, the person is sponsoring evil, supporting evil that is going on. Now you are talking about a country who rose up to serve the indigenous people. Since the killing is going on, you who is attacking Donald Trump in America today, what have you been doing before this day? Why don't you come and serve the people? Why didn't you come and stop the killing that made Donald Trump to talk? Where have you been? Why are you not the one who rose up to stop the killings of the indigenous people? When we say that United States of Biafra is the solution, is the solution in a way that the indigenous people can be able to protect their border. That is why it's very important. Before Donald Trump rose up, what triggers Donald Trump to come in is the question you may answer. And if you say that Donald Trump is not what he said is not right, or his action, may what is happening to those that are dying every day in Nigeria happen to you and your family members. If you said no on his sanction on Nigeria, or to cut ties with those who ask Nigeria to cut ties, what is the gain that America is getting from Nigeria? Rather, you are the one getting favor from Nigeria. You are the one getting favor from America. Every human being today dreams about going to America to have American passport. Why do you want to have American passport? Is another question I want to ask you. Why did you want to have American passport? Is the question. If you can answer that question, then I will tell you why Donald Trump is what to go to America. The Nigerian people are many population that are also in America today. Go and verify. If your problem is America is coming to invest to take your oil, your gold, you are a rogue. You are an imbecile. You are an inconsequential human being. The problem of Nigeria, of you who happen to be one Nigeria, is it America is your problem? Is it not UK and China? It's your problem. They are feeling insecurity because America will expose all the exposable from the one that Mazi and Kanu expose them, that makes Britain or UK to tell Nigerian government to jail Mazi and Kanu, but they can never jail him. I also ask you, How many citizens of America are looking for Nigeria passports today? If I may ask you, how many citizens of America are seeking for Nigeria passports, running to Nigeria for sale? Remove your common hatred as the reason. A man offered a solution because of the killing that is going on. When there is no large killings in the so-called Nigeria, Donald Trump offered a solution to the people of Nigeria. Did he? When there is no killing the way it is right now, did Donald Trump, or anybody from America, stood up and said, we want to invade Nigeria to stop the Boko Haram and their killings in Nigeria? Please, can you answer me? You are the commenter who is commenting nonsense. What is the things that are triggering Donald Trump? Is the blood of the innocent civilians who are dying. You are not concerned about the dying, about the innocent blood that are wasting Nigeria. You only concerned is oil. The only concern of China and the UK or Europe or EU in Nigeria is oil. And the only so that is why you see them defending Nigeria right now. Them that are defending Nigeria right now, when did you raise your voice to condemn the killing that is going on? When did you condemn it before? Have you ever condemned it before? Have you ever condemned the killing that is going on in Nigeria before? If you let the congressmen of America start talking, is it not when you start talking? Is it not when you start talking, when the congressmen of America start talking? But then when Trump now talk, all of you come and start making noise. Why are you making noise? Why are you making noise? That is the question I'm asking all of you. If not for him, how many times have you talked about what is happening in Nigeria? Even for Donald Trump, how many times you, who are against Donald Trump today, is talking about what's going on in Nigeria? Can you tell me? Chris Biafra, good morning from here. My brother Michelle, good morning from here. Thank you so much for coming. Emeka, good morning from here. Ekene, good morning from here. No matter your words. Chidubem, she Debere, good morning from here. Professor AJ, good morning from here. I greet you all. Thank you for coming in. Hello, Watobi. Good morning from here. So, I want to understand one common logic that is very important. What is that? Before Donald Trump want to intervene on this mass killing, on this genocide that is going on in Nigeria, why did all of you that are against Donald Trump today, what is something that all of you have been doing before this day? What are you been doing before Donald Trump? Comments. What have you been doing? How many times have you been condemning what's going on in Nigeria? Those that are protecting Nigeria are protecting it because of the oil they are taking over from the land, because of the gold they are mining in North. Moreover, China right now, any African country who is not seeing what is happening, you are part of those who are sending terrorists in Nigeria to kill the indigenous people. And you are making a business with that, and you are gaining. That is why you will support such a thing. That is also why we are telling you that what happened to those people, those innocent people, happened to you or any member of your family, then nobody will come to for your aid or to rescue you. Then you will understand why Donald Trump is right in his action. But I want you to know one thing. We, the fellow Biafrans, people of the United States of Biafra, I said that Donald Trump coming to invade Nigeria and capture those he saw as a Boko Haram is not a solution to what is going on. Collins, I greet you. Olakaru, sorry for your name. I greet you from here. Sam, I greet you. So, we must continue. What is going on in Nigeria is what I'm asking the question. If you're making your comment, why did you not solve the problem before Donald Trump? If not for I have already exited to Nigeria, or if not for that agitation of Biafra, I will support him to invade Nigeria to stop the killing of the innocent people that is going on. But the question is, after he invaded and left, what will happen? That's why for me I said that it is good only to put Nigeria on a country of a particular concern, then give the indigenous people their right to protect and defend themselves. That is my stand. Then, meanwhile, the Biafran people has brought up the solution to stop what is going on in Nigeria by our official declaration of United States of Biafra on November 29, 2024. This is how we brought solution, because when Nigeria is being divided according to a tribal line, then a Biafran man will protect his border for people to not come inside to attack his own people. The Oduduwa people will protect their land and their territory. The Northerners will protect their land. I mean the indigenous. They will protect their land. Not now that when you go to Nigerian military, the number of the repented Boko Haram outline the number of the indigenous people. And that is why it is easy for those people to bring in more of their brothers, because they are in charge of the border. When you give someone the key of your gate and put him on a high position, so he may decide anytime to open the door for anyone who wants to come in. For Nigeria border to be closed, the indigenous people have to take over their land their borders and block it and protect it. Then, before you come, you will be thoroughly searched and monitored. So before you pass the border, people will check you in and check you out. But it's not happening because of how corrupt, because of how they want to use the Boko Haram and make money. So if anybody is against anything that can serve the indigenous people, that person is also a member of Boko Haram. That is where I put it. He's among those that are sponsoring the killing of the indigenous people who becomes the Christian that are dying every day. And if you are against it, may one Nigeria happen to you and your family members. Then you can also understand or experience or have that the same feeling of those people that have lost their loved ones in the hands of one Nigeria that cannot be able to protect them, rather can be able to endanger their life and put them on a tight corner. That is why the Biafran people who understand the geographical movement of the so-called Fulani Caliphate to Islamize Nigeria through our leader, our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, sensitize his people and let us know the plans of these enemies and what they are about to do. Tell me, if all the prophecies, all the prophetic word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never come to fulfillment today, what is going on in Benue, in Castina, and all of them today? That is why Donald Trump see the killings and said no, that this has to stop. So a crime of Donald Trump of America right now is to end the killings that is going on. So that is the crime. So you are happy that people are being killed on daily basis. Are you happy about that? If you are against Donald Trump by any means, that means you are happy that people are dying every blessed day. And I wish you what happened to happen to you or a member of your family, so you may feel and understand how they are feeling and why they are looking for help everywhere. And someone offer willingly to render the help. Then you start castigating, you start propaganda, you start lies, you start deceive. Nobody will stop what the Biafran people is doing. Amobere, they never born you. So, my people, please, Donald Trump, to invade Nigeria is not solution. The solution is to give recognition to the Biafran people who has brought solution into what is going on in Nigeria. The problem of the so-called One Nigeria list supposed to be UK and China, who is mining gold in Nigeria today. Not those that are not even care for your gold and your silver. What is the help can you as a Nigeria give to America? Nothing. But they are one who give you aid every year, every month. In time of COVID-19, they give you aid. They supported you. Is it not true? In time of COVID-19, did you support America America has nothing to gain from Nigeria. If you check the countries that are today against what America is planning to do, UK, they are the one that own Nigeria. France, that are supporting right now, Nigeria right now, because they want to build embassy in Nigeria. They want to build military base in Nigeria, and they also be minor the gold and taking our oil. Then China is already there in Nigeria. The areas that this Boko Haram are in is the area that China are mining gold from. Did you see? China is only care what Britain did to us and France in 1967 to 1970. They only care about their business enterprise. How they can make their business is all they care for. Nothing more than that. So, you, who is attacking America? America, are they mining any oil? Are they taking anything from Nigeria? The problem has been there from 1914. It did not solve it. Is it today that the problem has escalated over solved within your territory is the one you want to solve the problem? We are not dragging your Nigeria for you. What we are dragging is, please, international global community, recognize us as people of Biafra that have already declared it on November 29, 2024 as a country. Let us go and start our own, while Nigeria will be on their own. It's only fools are being proud of Nigeria. Those that will understand something, none of them is proud Nigeria today. So, we must understand it, that Biafran people are only seeking for recognition. If Donald Trump wants to invade Nigeria, he how it takes to do that. But he's only warning them to stop the killing. Despite that, the killing still continues and the killing is still going on. We'll give you some videos of what is happening in Nigeria. If that is good for you, then continue in the way you are operating until it happens to you, because on a in Igbo adage, ana want an antia no ero. You come against Donald Trump as if Donald Trump is your problem. You come against America. Is it America that brought Boko Haram to you? Is it not UK, China? They are the ones sponsoring them with all manner of sophisticated weapons that I've seen. They are brandishing in social media. True or false? Then your own problem is Donald Trump and the America. America, you are fighting. You are always begging to have their passport to become a citizen of America. That is what is going there. So, my people, the solution is what I continue telling Donald Trump, that the Biafra has given solution to end the killings and the impunity of the indigenous people that are dying every blessed day in Nigeria. How do we do that? We give this by standing up on November 29, 2024 to make official declaration of United States of Biafra as a sovereign nation that has emerged from Nigeria, that has exists Nigeria. That is who we are. Let me give one or two videos to back it up. Why, when you claim you are one Nigeria, you are disgrace to the eyes of the international community. That is why you don't have regard. Go and check it very well. The kind of mini job that we are doing in all over their countries, their citizens cannot be able to do it, but you are doing it. Like I told this morning, My program might not be long for people to watch the video later. Listen to this.
In matter, something to be handled quietly within the boundaries of one country. But now, the tide is turning. For the first time in recent history, the African Union, AU, has broken its silence and taken a clear position on the matter. The recent session in Addis Ababa marked a new phase, a moment when Africa's top leaders justice and the right to self-declaration.
Sorry, 1 minute.
For several years under terrorism-related charges, which many others have repeatedly described as politically motivated. On the other hand, embarrassment and restrictions in Finland for his outspoken advocacy for Biafra's independence. Both men, according to African leaders, have not committed any act of violence or crime against humanity. They have simply demanded freedom for their people, a fundamental right enshrined in the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. At the AU meeting, leaders from across the continent acknowledged that silence is no longer an option. They admitted that the continent has often ignored internal injustices while focusing on global diplomacy and economic issues. This time, they resolved to address one of Africa's deepest contradictions, a continent built on freedom but still witnessing internal suppression of those who seek self-determination. The African Union's chairperson described the issue as a test of Africa's conscience. He stated that no African should be imprisoned or persecuted for seeking the dignity of his people. Among the most vocal during the session were Burkina Faso's Captain Ibrahim Traoré, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa, and Kenya's President William Ruto. These leaders represent a new generation of African voices, bold, unafraid, and driven by the spirit of justice. Captain Traoré was particularly direct, saying that the silence over Biafra's case has lasted too long and that Africa cannot continue to allow one part of its body to suffer while others remain comfortable. He reminded the Assembly that the right to self-determination is not rebellion, but a human right recognized by international law. President Ramaphosa supported the call, stressing that freedom is a cornerstone of South Africa's identity and that the continent must apply the same principle everywhere. He pointed out that Africa's future depends on fairness and that peace cannot be achieved through suppression. President William Ruto followed by saying that development, unity, and democracy mean nothing if Africans are still punished for speaking their truth. He emphasized that the Biafran issue is not about breaking Nigeria apart, but about ensuring that no people are silenced in their demand for justice and equal treatment. The African Union's resolution was clear. It demanded the
Sorry, hold on, let the advert finished. Okay.
PA and called for open dialogue between Nigerian authorities and Biafran representatives. The AU made it clear that it will no longer consider this matter a purely internal Nigerian issue. It is now seen as a continental concern, a question of human rights and African solidarity. The AU stressed that Africa's progress depends on addressing injustices within its borders, not ignoring them. This shift in attitude has created ripples across African capitals. Analysts see it as a significant step toward a more responsible and united Africa, one that can address its internal conflicts without waiting for foreign intervention. The AU's decision to officially discuss Biafra's situation is being seen as a message to all governments that political dissent should not be treated as criminal behavior. The leaders argued that voices seeking freedom must be heard, not silenced. The session also addressed the moral contradiction of celebrating independence across Africa while refusing to acknowledge those who are still fighting for theirs. It was a moment of reflection. Many leaders admitted that Africa cannot claim to be free while some of its nations still feel trapped under political or ethnic domination. The idea of Biafra, they said, is not a threat to African unity. It is a reminder that unity must be based on fairness and equality, not force or fear. The AU also discussed the possibility of sending an observer mission to both Nigeria and Finland to investigate the human rights conditions surrounding Kanu and ECPA. The motion passed with overwhelming support. It was agreed that the mission would include human rights experts, diplomats, and members of the Pan-African Parliament who would report back with recommendations at the next AU summit. The closing remarks of the session summarized the new stance perfectly. Africa cannot build peace by silencing truth. The call for Biafra is not a call for war. It is a cry for justice. And justice delayed is freedom denied. Those words captured the mood of the assembly. For millions across Africa and the Biafran diaspora, the AU's declaration marked a new dawn, a moment when their voices were finally recognized by the highest political body on the continent. The decision also challenges Nigeria to move beyond repression and to engage in constructive dialogue that could bring lasting peace to the region. The African Union has now set the tone. Its message is simple and powerful. No African should be punished for asking to be free. The continent is finally acknowledging that the right to self-determination is not an offense. It is the foundation of Africa's very existence. And in that recognition, a new chapter of hope and accountability has begun. The African Union statement may have been bold, but the real strength of the message came from the unity displayed by African leaders who spoke without fear or political caution. For the first time in many years, presidents and heads of government from different regions of Africa, North, South, East, and West, stood together to defend two men who have become symbols of freedom and resistance,
Yes, sir.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Their message was consistent. These men are not criminals. They are freedom advocates, and their call for justice deserves respect, not persecution. Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, known for his uncompromising stance on African independence and sovereignty, was one of the first to address the gathering. He spoke directly to his fellow leaders, reminding them that Africa's liberation struggles were built on voices like those of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, people who dared to question injustice. If we silence them today, he said firmly, we are betraying our own history. Traoré emphasized that every African nation that fought for independence once had leaders who were called rebels and agitators, yet history now celebrates them as heroes. His message was simple. Freedom fighters should not be condemned for demanding what others once fought and died for. Following him, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa delivered a speech grounded in moral authority. He drew a direct connection between the fight against apartheid and the struggle for self-determination in Biafra. Ramaphosa stated that the silence of African leaders in the face of oppression is a form of complicity. We cannot repeat the mistakes of the past, he said. We cannot allow political convenience to blind us to injustice. He called on the Nigerian government to show leadership by engaging in dialogue rather than detention. Ramaphosa also urged Finland to respect Simon Ekpa's rights and ensure his protection under international law, emphasizing that Africa must not stand by while its citizens are harassed abroad for political expression. President William Ruto of Kenya echoed this position but went further by highlighting the generational responsibility of African leaders. He said that the new generation of Africans expects courage and fairness from those in power. We cannot tell young Africans to believe in freedom and democracy if we imprison those who practice them, he said. Ruto called on the AU to establish a permanent commission on self-determination and conflict resolution to ensure that future cases like Biafra's are addressed through peaceful and legal means, not through violence or suppression. The leaders' united message was amplified by other participants from across the continent. Presidents from Ghana, Tanzania, and Senegal all contributed to the discussion, agreeing that the Biafra issue has grown beyond a local or ethnic matter. It is now symbolic of Africa's unfinished journey toward full political and economic liberation. They agreed that the AU must act with moral consistency. If Africa condemns colonial domination, it must also reject internal domination. A major turning point came when Captain Traoré proposed a formal resolution calling for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa and the recognition of Biafra's right to peaceful self-determination. His proposal was supported by a majority of the AU Council. The motion urged Nigeria to release Kanu unconditionally and to open a new phase of dialogue mediated by the AU. It also called on Finland to drop any politically motivated restrictions against Simon Ekpa and to uphold his rights as an African citizen protected by international law. The discussions were firm but respectful. Even nations traditionally cautious about such issues, like Egypt and Morocco, did not oppose the motion. Instead, they called for careful diplomatic engagement to avoid unnecessary conflict while still upholding principles of justice. This rare consensus showed how deeply the matter had resonated across Africa's political spectrum. In the final segment of the session, the leaders spoke not only as politicians but as Africans with a shared responsibility. President Ramaphosa summarized the collective sentiment with a powerful statement: "We cannot unite Africa by ignoring injustice. We cannot silence our own people and still claim to be free." His words were met with applause from delegates and observers, marking a significant moment of moral awakening within the AU. The African Union Secretary-General then confirmed that a special committee would be formed immediately to begin consultations with the Nigerian and Finnish governments. The committee's task would be to ensure the release of both Kanu and Ekpa and to initiate steps toward a peaceful resolution of the Biafran question. The AU also resolved to send human rights monitors to Nigeria to assess the treatment of detained activists and report any violations directly to the Union's Peace and Security Council. What made this development remarkable was not just the speeches, but the unity behind them. For years, Africa's leadership had been fragmented by political interests, foreign influence, and national fears. But this time, the AU's top voices spoke as one, a united Africa defending its own. The decision sent a strong signal to the world that African nations can no longer remain passive when their people are denied justice. The press conference following the summit further amplified this message. Captain Traore declared, "This is not interference in Nigeria's sovereignty. This is Africa protecting its conscience." His words captured the spirit of the gathering, firm, principled, and forward-looking. Ramaphosa and Ruto both nodded in agreement, highlighting that the African Union must exist for the people, not for governments alone. The united stance of these leaders has since drawn widespread support from citizens across the continent. Civil organizations, youth movements, and Pan-African networks have praised the AU for showing courage and moral clarity. The message is now clear: Africa will no longer criminalize the demand for freedom. The detention of Nnamdi Kanu and the restrictions placed on Simon Ekpa are seen as violations of African dignity, and the call for their release is now an official continental demand, not just a political request. In one voice, the leaders of Africa have declared that justice must no longer be delayed. Biafra's call for freedom will now be treated with fairness, not fear. For the first time in history, African leaders have stood shoulder to shoulder, declaring that freedom for one is freedom for all, and that silence in the face of injustice is no longer an option. The message from the African Union Summit did not end within the walls of Addis Ababa. It spread rapidly across the continent, reaching communities, institutions, and media outlets in every region of Africa. For many, it was not just another political statement, it was a long overdue awakening. The continent that once fought colonialism with unity and courage was finally confronting one of its most ignored internal injustices: the suppression of the Biafran struggle and the continued detention of its leading voices, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Following the AU resolution, reactions poured in from all corners of Africa. Civil society groups, human rights organizations, and Pan-African youth movements hailed the decision as a turning point in modern African history. For the first time, the voices of ordinary Africans echoed the same message as their leaders: freedom for Biafra, justice for Kanu and Ekpa, and an end to political persecution on African soil. The Pan-African Council for Justice, PACJ, an umbrella organization of over 50 human rights bodies.
Sorry for that. It's an advert. You know, YouTube must play the adverts. Sorry about that. You have had all
sensitive and controversial
of
subjects
this
in African politics. It has been treated as a
freedom
local
of
Nigerian
Biafra
matter, something to be handled
is in the
quietly
table
within the boundaries of one
of the
country.
African
But
Union.
now, the tide is
AU.
turning. For the first time in
Freedom
recent
of
history,
Biafra
the African Union
is
AU,
the freedom
has
of
broken its
Mazi Nnamdi
silence and
Kanu.
taken a clear position on the matter. The
Recognition
recent session in Addis Ababa marked a new phase,
of
a moment when
Biafra
Africa's top leaders
is
chose to speak with one
release
voice about
of
freedom,
Mazi Nnamdi
justice,
Kanu and
and the
Simon
right to
Ekpa.
self-determination. The
So
African
we should
Union's
push
declaration
hard
came as a result of growing
for
concern
this
about the continued
recognition to
detention
occur.
of Biafran leaders,
Total
Mazi
freedom
Nnamdi Kanu and Simon
of
Ekpa.
Africa. Total freedom of Biafra is a total freedom of every black race. Go and verify. We Biafran people, that is why we said to Donald Trump, I read Biafra TV. I use my platform to say, Donald Trump, please, invading Nigeria is not solving the problem. Remember, in your first tenure, you sanction Nigeria, and there is a place you put them. When you are not there, they remove them from there and set them free. You see, the everlasting solution is not supposed to be turn by turn. When you come, when people, so such people come, the people will have free. When other people come, people will not have their free. So to centralize and put everlasting solution to the problem is to divide anybody like Biafran people that have already exist Nigeria on November 20, 1924. Then what happened? To give this, now you say that you must meet a criteria. You must become a sovereign state on your own before you get recognition. We already met those criteria. So we only scheme for our international recognition in your hand. Then by giving us recognition, we can be able to defend ourselves. When the indigenous people are the one defending themselves, so then you will see how this impunity, this genocide that is going on in Nigeria is happening. Now that you are talking about Nigeria, those that are colonized Nigeria in this 21st century happen to be UK and China and France is against you. But this was a France who supported America when they are existing Britain. Go and check. France support America in everything for them to exit Britain. But today what happened? Today that there is a problems, there is killings, there is genocide that is going on. What happened? For Donald Trump to intervene to solve the problem, then now you see gang up of those who are the colonial master in this 21st century fighting against Donald Trump. China is busy mining the gold because of billions they borrow Nigeria. They are mining the gold. Britain, alias UK, is already become the father of Nigeria. Then China, now France, that's Niger. Jesus Christ. Burkina Faso has chased away, and Burkina Faso became a better country. Nigeria went to bring France back and told them to do whatever they want to do. That is how you see a failed state. They're not going to rise up. What Biafran people refused to give France in 1967 to 1970, now that we have made official declaration, if inviting France to build military base is to use to attack Biafran people, France, you will not go scot-free. Because you have been supporting many countries in Europe to exit from where they are, the way you support America to exit from Britain. That is what we are doing, to exit Nigeria. Nigeria is our own Britain this time around. So we have really decided, we have already exit Nigeria, whether I like it or not. But if we see any of your military in our land, they are not going to find it funny, and they will not go free. So, Donald Trump, we ask you to recognize Biafra. Support us. Biafra is in the world stage right now. That the Africa are telling you that they are not going to deny freedom of people. Rather, they are going to work for the freedom of people. I also thank Pan-Africa for all that they are doing for the right of a human being. To stop the injustice, inhuman treatment. In the gatherings of the All Africa in South Africa, Biafra presented, Biafra was the main thing they discussed. That is Biafra is overdue to have their own sovereign state after the genocidal war that happened in 1967 to 1970. That they should not continue shying away from it. Now we have a government who are pushing for it. recognition of Biafra as a foreign state is what will end the insecurity that is in the Biafra land. That means they call it Southeast. Because of all this killing, this is why our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was kidnapped from Kenya, brought down to Nigeria. Today, they asked him to open defense. He told you, he will tell me the crime I committed, the law, under which law, then I will open defense. But the so-called devilish Gota media publishers in Nigeria will be manipulating lies and giving to you. We thought you are with them. If Nigeria know what is coming, they will just say, you want to do Dua? Go. You want to be Biafra? Go. Allow us to be. The people of the north can decide their fate. People of the north can decide their fate on their own. So invading Nigeria with American army is not the solution. Because after invade and you left, are you going to be there forever and ever? When you are military left, those that are run away before you come, they will come and they do worse, more than that. If you remember what happened when they removed Donald Trump for his first term, and what is happening today, is it not changes are coming around the world? That is also why we are calling on an Amina Mohammed to be removed from the office of the president of the UN. Because that woman is not acting like a mother who is watching children being slaughtered, being killed, watch her own fellow woman open her womb and remove a child, and she do nothing. Tell me where you have had Amina Mohammed, the president of UN, we addressing and condemning the things that is going on all over the world and the world that are looming. That is what Donald Trump told all of you. All of you are corrupt entities that are made up of UN. UN with what is going on in the world. What is their work? What are they doing? Amina Mohammed, the president of the UN, what are you doing in this situation that is going on all over the world? Fighting, killings, genocide everywhere. Look at people of South Sudan today. Look at what's going on in Cameroon. Look at all prices in Africa is what is caused by those that you see that today supporting Nigeria. Those that are supporting Nigeria are the one attacking Donald Trump, telling America, like China. China is the problem of Africa right now. France, Britain, or UK. The question is, those that you came to colonize Africa has left. Why you particular three of you refuse to go? France has gone back to their roots. Portugal to their roots. No, sorry, Belgium, not France. Belgium has left Africa. Portugal has left Africa. Many of all these colonial masters has left. It remained only France, Britain, and their new mandate of colonialism now is what? China. Are you following? This is what is going on. So when you see France against America, it's because of the interest in the oil. Because they are the ones sponsoring piping, laying a pipe from Imo State to Europe. Today they have passed Morocco. They are moving forward. And that is why the same UK or America told you that Nigeria will become a failed state 2030. Are you not remembering that? You are so-called UK that's against Donald Trump is told us that Nigeria will become a failed state in 2030 when they will finish laying their pipe from Imo State to Europe. Then Nigeria will become a failed state, because by that time, that is the time that Britain want to remove their hand totally in Nigeria. That is the time that Britain, in 2030, they will complete their mission, because whatever they are doing, they map out a year to finish it, on a time to finish. So they will finish their movement on in between 2029/2030. Then they told that Nigeria will become total failed state 2030. And you are here claiming one Nigeria. Those that are supporting you are those causing the killing, causing the insecurity. Before 1914, there was no insecurity. Until Frederick Lugard bring Nigeria, means death sentence to every indigenous people, because those Christians that are dying, they are indigenous person before the what? Before the so-called Christianity comes in.
So this is what these people
Look at what Fulanis are doing. May it happen to you. You see it? This is what Fulanis are doing. Sorry. This is what is going on. Kidnapping, flogging, molesting, abuse of human life. Look at it. And that is why he said that Trump should not come. May it happen to you.
Yeah.
May this happen to you.
That Nigeria have Dara. All your feet for the moon.
May this happen to you.
Simple. Oh, this is what.
Look at it.
Yes. This is what these people do.
What is wrong? Do you see it? Flogging a father in front of his children, also flogging little children. Look at them, look at what they're suffering. And you open up mouth, I am proud Nigeria. Nigeria happened, Nigeria kill you there. May this thing happen to you. May this happen to you and your family members. So you know why Donald Trump need to come, honestly. May they flog you as a father with your children in this way. Look at how this person, look at how this person are crying. Are you not feeling their pains? You are claiming one Nigeria.
So this is what these people do to vulnerable Nigerians.
Yes.
This is what these people do to kids. This is what these people do to children, adults, and average Nigeria. And all you care about
is oil. He's coming to take
the resources that didn't benefit your father, didn't benefit your grandfather, didn't benefit your great grandfather. That is not benefiting you and will not benefit your children and your grandchildren, and you don't care about humanity. All you people that are saying Trump is coming to take our resources. Can you resources say America say Nigeria? As an average Nigeria, what are you benefiting in those resources that Nigeria have? Dara.
Mad people everywhere.
I want to go to make a Trump to Nigeria. Nigeria, they have other place. Everywhere. Simple. This is what is an average Nigeria, and wow, is mineral resources. Donald Trump is coming to mine our mineral resources. Resources that didn't benefit your father, didn't benefit your grandfather, didn't benefit your great grandfather. That is not benefiting you and will not benefit your children and your grandchildren, and you don't care about humanity. All you people that are saying Trump is coming to take our resources. Can you resources say America say Nigeria? As an average Nigeria, what are you benefiting in those resources that Nigeria have? Dara. All your people for the moon say broom.
Look at it. Look at these small boys. Facing trauma.
Simple.
And you are talking. And what happened? You are loving one Nigeria. That is why you need to calm down, think. The only solution, that solution was failed in 1967 to 1970 is when only this solution brought back in the timeline. That is only when all this thing will stop. And we have helped the world. We have helped the world to bring a solution to that. Solution is not falling from heaven. The solution of Israel, is it falling from heaven? When they attack Israel, are they waiting for God to go and solve their problems? The way we African people reason is our problem. There is no smoke without fire. Heaven only help those who help themselves. Heaven only gives solution to those who find solution for themselves. I repeat my word again for you. Heaven only help those who help them. That's what the Bible told us. God only gives solution to those who have solution. Israel has solution in whatever they are passing through today. And God is helping them, supporting them. Solution is like when you know that when you open a door and pass, you want to sleep. If you did not close the door, lock the door, and snake enter and bite you, you brought that bite upon yourself. That is not where we are right now. It is. It's just open door that you know that the solution for snake not to bite you or for it not to attack you in the night, that's very common, is when you lock the door, nothing will penetrate to come and bite you. When you divide the Nigeria people according to their tribal line, they will protect their border. Nobody will kill anybody anymore. The repentant Boko Haram have already planned to kill the indigenous people before Nigeria they put them into army, and they are accomplishing the mission of those who send them. You define solution. Have you asked God? Continue deceiving yourself. This is our problem. Christianity is our problem. The oil you are protecting in Nigeria coming to take your resources. How did you benefit from that? And you travel over the world, and there is no good hospital. You run to that America for your checkup. You run to America for everything that everything good. Is it that Trump come and stop you from having common NEPA? This is a small country, they never take life from 1 year. For 3 years they have been here. Life has never go off for 1 minute. Is it that Trump coming stop you from having light? Is it that Trump coming stop you from having good roads? Is it that Trump coming stop you from having good hospital? Is it that Trump coming stop you from having good school and eating enough? Is it that Trump bring insecurity to you, Umokoko? Donald Trump is going to take your resources. Resources that your forefathers never benefit one thing from it. No free education. Donald Trump stop you from having free education. Fools and vagabond. You will not think. You only come here to come and write garbage and write nonsense. May thunder fire you. May what is happening to these children with their father happen to you. You will find solution. Today is Saturday, please. November 8th. The people of Biafra, moreover, in the 3 states of the United States of Biafra, are observing total shutdown sit at home today. As we are live, once you get the videos, please send it on number +97336051 337. Videos of how this at home is going on in Biafra land, in the 40 states of United States of Biafra. Please endeavor to bring it, because we want to show the world how the people of Biafra are taking instruction from their government. It is very important if you do so. Yes, we are going to go into. Look at those that own Nigeria. You who don't want Donald Trump to come. Can you parade yourself like this? Listen. You see them? Look at how China is sponsoring them. Look at the donors of Nigeria. Look at fool like you. Solution. Have you asked God? God will go win. See the owner of Nigeria. See him addressing you. You are shame, they shame me. Look at how they sponsored. Look at this helicopter. Giving them ammunition, food and everything. Clothes. Do you hear it? See as they are coming now, the owner of Nigeria, that you claim you are one Nigeria, he say one Nigeria. Look at it. They are coming more. China is sponsoring them to come more. You forgot the agenda of the Islamization. You thought it's a child's play. I'm sorry for you because you cannot see. You cannot see. Even if you can see, you cannot reason.
Look at them on TikTok.
Yes, look at them. They have it on TikTok.
Yeah, on every social media. Looking for them. Looking for them on daily basis.
Look at them.
Have mercy on us. Just look at how they are enjoying life, playing music, enjoying themselves, spending money, parading. If you even check this very place they are, is like the market. Look at the faces of people, now different kind of people, and see how they are walking freely with healthy ammunition. God, come to our aid before this thing will get out of hand.
Do you hear it? That is Nigeria we are protecting. I don't want Donald Trump to come. You are calling on God. God has already given you everything to protect yourself. You refuse to take it.
Look at them on Facebook. Look at them every social media. Every social media. And Nigeria's army are looking for them every day. Or our security personnel.
They know when they are. They are working for them.
Have mercy.
The Nigerian military are the Nigerian military on their own.
Money, parading. If you even check this very place they are, is like the market. Look at the faces of people, now different kind of people, and see how they are walking freely with healthy ammunition. God, come to our aid before this thing will get out of.
No, you don't know that it's already get out of hand. Are you seeing what is going on? For you who don't want Donald Trump to come and solve the problem now. Come and solve the problem by yourself. You cannot. Someone tries to offer you help. You become coward. You become coward. You can't solve the problem. Somebody, you are there for over how many years that this thing is going on. None of you who are commenting here have something to say. You cannot even say a word. You want to write. If you don't want to write, you can take 1 minute to think what you will write. I will take seconds to delete it and block the hell out of you. That's why I don't condone nonsense. Do you see me talking to you? When I feel like I don't want your garbage, I will stop it. Your problem is UK, China, and France, not America. America is trying to give you solution to help you so you can be alive. That is all they wanted to do with you.
Sifula. They said they don't need to prepare for war. And we don't know. He said the truck come. He said they don't prepare.
See them.
Now they prepare all this arrow so when they want to fight war. You see the kind of life where these people they live. It be like the life where this world not even begin with. The way they don't
look at the way he's looking.
And at these ones, now they rule us. British just find the mumu way they among us. Now they commit Nigeria.
As today, you know.
Now so Nigeria they go now. The mumu people where they among us. Now they give office now. Now they become governor. Now they become senate. Now they become minister. The mumu, the best of all, not they get chance again. So the way Nigeria don't go back, rich now be that. You only see waiting the reason, you the surprise like this one now. How the reason? You say you don't prepare for good arrow. When you don't know the kind sophisticated weapons where you say it did now. We know they wouldn't know waiting the operator. Then I don't what they use now. You see the life with this people. Even the one where you say the elite among them, their sense is their back. Only you will reach your people will suffer. Now they use them like cow. As their sense reach, I just did this so now this man did this place. Now the same how now they did the reach a cow. You see how at the same life now still carry to social media. So we still want it fight for this the first century.
I hope you are here and you are seeing it. Donald Trump is your problem. But the problem is there with you. You cannot do anything about it. I don't know what is wrong with my wire this morning.
If you love the land, if you are patriotic,
look at it.
This is the price.
Yes, price of you are one Nigeria. Go and die now.
If you are a terrorist, they will call you for negotiation. If you are a terrorist and you are getting with them, government will attend the wedding in Nigeria, and nobody saying anything. So if therefore, if that is a position of government, then government is therefore taking us that we should also become terrorists. We are, God forbid that one. But if government is telling us the job, we should also become terrorists to live. Then we'll go home and think about it. Yes, we'll go home and think about it. If you love the land, if you are patriotic as a Nigerian, this is the price.
That is your price.
This would be the reward.
That is why Nigeria is a death sentence. Look at it there. Look at them. Human beings.
If you are a terrorist,
Human beings. Look at the way they lie.
Government will attend a wedding in Nigeria.
Are you hearing it? Patriotic in Nigeria. I love one Nigeria. I am a Nigeria. Nigeria means a death sentence to you. Go and show your face now.
Amen. But if government is telling us the job, we should also become terrorists to live. Then we'll go home and think about it. Yes, we'll go home and think about it.
Do you hear it? The price of winning one Nigeria. I'm a patriotic one Nigeria. I'm a one Nigeria. The one Nigeria means death sentence to you, whether you like it or not. Donald Trump is not your problem. Your problem is those that you thought right now they are supporting you. They are your problem. Those that are supporting, look at it now. The 5th world power is UK, France, China, America, and Russia. Then the 3 that is making Africa, put you in bondage, put us in abject poverty. They are the ones attacking America today. They are the one attacking America today. Those that are making our mineral resources are the one attacking America, and you join them. The so-called mineral resources you have, tell me what you have benefited from it. Is it good hospital? Here I am, hospital is free. When months end, they're calling for your medical checkup. They will call me, they will message me, come on my email. I will open. They don't know that they are supposed to come for checkup. Free. The America you are attacking, that did generate resources, did any citizen of America somewhere suffering? The answer is no. They manage their brain-based economy to put themselves where they are today. They use their own brain-based communal resources, or that is brain-based. They use it today to build America. They lack nothing. Their citizens are getting money from the government. How much are you getting in a month? Oko. Intellectuals. Inconsequentials. How much are you getting from Nigeria? What you are getting is death, inhuman treatment, intimidation, abuse of rights, no injustice, injustice everywhere. That is what you want? That is what you like? Yes, Tango 33. Thank you so much. Good night. Here is morning. I appreciate you. Nigeria is not for any of us. Nigeria in the first place is not a country. It's just a mere geographical area. Experience of a white man. That is what Nigeria is. And you are clapping, you are happy. That is why you see all the killing that is going on. That is why you see all these things and you want to come against America. Do they know that you exist if they want to do it? Your comment means nothing to them. They are only country who always quench the fire that is going on in the world.
These are the leaders of Nigerians.
Look at them.
See them. These are the ones killing people. You see the way they have their guns to parade themselves with convoys. They do convoy. They say nobody can do them anything. This is them. Tinubu, can you swear that you are not seeing these people? But you know why you cannot talk? That your people.
That is it.
They are the government people. You see them, Abi? Then we have this useless man that God will punish. Open your mouth and say that if Donald Trump did not apologize, that Nigeria should cut tie with America. America don't need us for anything. Now we need America.
Now so, my brother.
Are you not the one that's going there for help? Are you not the people that's going there for hospital medical care? Are you not the ones? Are you not the ones going there for health care? Are you not the ones going there to beg money? Has Donald Trump come to Nigeria to beg money before? If people are not disgraced, that they are saying Nigeria is a shameful nation. The most painful part is that, do you know the funny thing? We've been tweeting since, we've been talking since. They've been seeing our videos, they don't talk. They've been seeing our messages, they don't talk. They've been seeing our tweets, they don't talk. Donald Trump just tweet one. Yeah, Tinubu, you've already. You want to go and see Tinubu? Tinubu have already. You want to go and see Donald Trump? So you have seen our tweets since. It takes the American president to come out and speak. If Nigeria is not to shame, then you see how some people say, Anna, we are big, we are the Dangote that we are using to brag. Ghana have not talked. You say Dangote can buy the whole of Ghana. Where is Dangote? Where is Dangote? Dangote don't talk. You know why? Because Dangote they gain. Have you seen any big man spoke about this? No. You know why? Because Nigeria is their business ground. Then the common we will not know it. What will they talk? They say, oh, you are speaking bad about your country. You are speaking bad. Nigeria is already bad. When we have stupid leaders. Kill one person for Ghana. Just kill one person for Ghana. The whole of Ghana go rise up. President go speak for just one person. 2 women was kidnapped. 2 Ghanaian women was kidnapped in Nigeria. President stand up say they must bring those people back. They send police from Ghana. Come Nigeria, come rescue those 2 women. Come back to Ghana. You know why? They love their citizens. That's why they say, God bless our homeland Ghana. Ghana first. Nigeria. Criminals first. Politicians second. Pastor third. Money laundering fourth. Everything is Personal. Nobody care about anybody. There you have it.
This one is not Biafran people talking, you know. It's them that are one Nigeria. Now they are talking, and we are watching. When Mazi Nnamdi is talking, they call him all out of names and kidnap him.
What do you want them to do again?
Today, what is happening?
When people have jacked the whole country with your stupid leaders, not the country. Nigeria is not the country.
Oh God.
Nigeria is a funeral home. Nigeria not the country. I dare anybody to stand on my face and tell me that Nigeria is the country. I'll ask you, is this how country look like?
Yes, now.
Is
those are commenting nonsense. Come and listen. You are following what Nigeria is talking. Are you seeing it? That is why Biafran people has moved. Those that are citizens, look at them inside the coffee. You can see them. That is the Nigeria we are protecting. I'm a part of Nigeria. I did the thunder fire you, but Nigeria happened to you. Governor, good morning from here. You're welcome. Now we are going into why Britain told Nigeria to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going into exposition or what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed about Britain. Why Britain told their puppets Nigeria to jail him without any law. But he told you, I am Nnamdi Kanu. You can't jail me. You see who is your president. You see him talking, commanding, giving order with a strong voice. You can't jail me. I am Nnamdi Kanu. That is my president. That is the president of United States of Biafra. That it is who he is. Do you think it's a child's play? No. It's not a child's play. A man who knows what he wants. A man who knows what he wants. A man that wants freedom of his people. And you are here deceiving yourself, making mockery of yourself, and they thought you are talking. You come and comment social media, you comment nonsense. I leave you because your comments do nothing. Your comments don't hold water. Anytime I like, I delete it out. That is how it happens. That's why I will allow you to use your time to comment. During the slavery, what Britain did to you, America did not do it to you. What Britain, what France and China did to our people, America did not do it. Sometimes, look at the picture of your people. What Britain and China and France did to your people in time of slavery. Are you seeing this? This is your people. How they get them together. Tie them one place. They stay here and buy. And there are those supporting you today because they know that you lack common sense. They know that you are a fool at all time of your life. That is it. The only two who are stand out today is who? America and Russia. They are the one that are telling us the truth. They are the one that have conscience, have feelings of human being. So that is why we must understand what we are into and why what is happening need to show concern. Because the killing is too much. I have showed you a video of the Boko Harams, how they are the one patrolling, and the indigenous people who happen to be Christians are in grave. They offer their life at any given time they want. To do what? To take over. To take over. That is why you see them doing their shenanigan of killing people, and the government are sponsoring them. China is also sponsoring them. Now talk of America, who are not even there at all. May Nigeria happen to you?
One of the things you've talked about is it's not so much that Biafra has to be an independent state, but it has to be economically viable.
Listen to something.
You can't really have that with Nigeria as it is. How do we get there?
We cannot be economically viable if we are not politically viable.
Right.
And political viability means complete and absolute independence.
It has to have it.
We must be independent.
Yeah.
And again, God creates countries and nations, not man. There are many ways that nations can emerge. It is always an organic process. We understand that. We respect that.
Listen to Onye Ndumasin and the Kanu president. He said that God creates states and country, but man creates Nigeria, called Federico Lugard. So that is why that one man created is failing. How did God create state and country? When the indigenous people of that country come together, accept to become a country, they have now represent the image of God in their own ancestral land. Are you following? This is how God now use man to create their own. And once they create it, they will defend it, value it, appreciate it, protect it at all costs. But this one that was created by a foreign white man that people refuse to understand is the one that is failing every day, because when man proposed, God disposed Nigeria. Because man proposed it and God disposed. But when God is proposed, no man can dispose. That is why Biafra is not going to die until become a country, because Biafra is God proposed, not disposed. Nigeria is God disposed.
What people, most commentators don't appreciate about Africa, and which most Africans are a bit slightly uncomfortable with, is that somebody coming from Europe and without regard for your culture, your traditions, your way of life, saying you are now in one country and your name is Nigeria.
Right.
There is something unnatural about it.
Yes.
I said to the British government, if you had come, conquered my people, which is a natural human process, that is entirely natural.
Right.
If you had come, conquered our people, made us English, I can live with that.
Yeah.
But to come and hand over a children of God over to something completely alien, this same culture that we have in the north, which is an Islamic culture, tried to take us over many years ago, and they failed. You now came and completed the cycle for them. There is something evil about it.
Yeah, something inorganic about it.
Inorganic, very, very inorganic. And you cannot. We don't talk about economic development, because before you talk about economy, you talk about things like policies, both macro and micro, the rest of it. You are dealing with people who cannot differentiate between macro and micro.
No, absolutely.
That's
right.
the problem.
Yeah. Education is key for the world outside Biafra, and that's where this starts. The political has to start in the education.
That's correct.
When you speak to people in the UK, people in the US, is there an openness to independence for Biafra?
No, there isn't. It's what you get is very condescending, wishy-washy. These are black Africans. Really, what do they know? Sort of attitude. We know best than they do, and we try.
We are going to be pausing and be explaining, because there is a 5 points that you have to take from here. that today, that Britain wants, that UK wants Mazi Kanu to be killed. The 5 point on this exposition of you are Nigeria, making people to understand it, is why Britain is against Mazi Kanu today. Because he exposed their evil agenda. He exposed how a man created Nigeria, not by God. Number one is your take home, or the point that on this particular interview of Mazi Kanu is one. Is there's something you must go home with today. Out of the 5 talking points of Mazi Kanu, the president of our president, there is something that you must use and go home today. One is this: God did not create Nigeria. That's number one. What do I mean? A man called Federal Lugard left all the way from Britain or UK or whatever they may call themselves and come down to Africa without passport and visa and enter north. From north, he go down to Biafra land and study us. And he told in the history that these people are too Republicans in their nature. They are pressing democracy too much. Let us stop them, because if we allow them, they are going to build this area they are. It's going to be a safe haven that everyone want to travel to come and tour on it. And what happened? He now decided to use his hand to create Nigeria, to stop us from what we could have achieved, or a better country we could have built that could have been better than their own. That is what they use the amalgamation to do to us. So when a man proposed, God disposed it. That is why you see God dispose Nigeria. That is why you see all the things that are going on that proving that this is what God prohibited. Nigeria is prohibited in the eyes of the God. That is what Kabiam. Even those that are calling Allah. Allah prohibits Nigeria. Allah disposed Nigeria. Because it's not by his willing. It could have been his willing when the indigenous people of their ancestral land gathered together to say, okay, we all agreed. Then God is there. The Spirit of God made all of us to agree to have Nigeria as a country. But because of all of us did not gather together, we did not consult us, the Spirit of God in us was intimidated when Nigeria was created by a man who went to club. From club, he comes and said, you are Nigerian. That is the 2 talking points. For Mazi Kanu, making someone like you and I to understand that this is not our country is another thing that makes Britain to, after having their citizen passport, they want him to be tried by all possible means or jail him. Are you following? I hope my people, we are making common sense this morning. I hope that we are making common sense in what we are doing. Are we making common sense? Do we continue? That is number 2. Nigeria is not a creation of God. Rather, it's a creation of what? Human being. That is why you see all that is going on as what man created. Please like and share as you come in. Also, if you're not subscribed, please read Biafra TV. Subscribe on the YouTube page. If you never like, there is a 3 dots in front of you. Click on that 3 dots. It will open. You will see like and share. Once you say, please subscribe, so you will know when we are live. Please endeavor to do that. That 3 dots in front of you is where the like and share is. So just click on it. It's not removing you from listening to me. No. Just do that for the message to go viral. So may other people see it and understand that we are live and we are saying something this morning. According to my location, please endeavor to do that. Okay, my people, let's go further.
It is possible to enlighten and educate the American and by extension the European audience to the fact that before you had freedom and liberty in any part of the world, in Biafra land you had freedom and liberty. Before you had political asylum in any other part of the world, where I come from, there was political asylum being granted to people. That is the meaning of Biafra anyway. Come and join if you believe in our value system. We had a series of both political legal and
yes,
legislative.
also let me remind you, our line is open in case if you want to call us this morning. Please, you can call us because our line is open.
I don't know, civilization or advancement.
Right. The number to call is +9 7 3 6 0 5 1 3 7. Only on WhatsApp. In case if you want to call, you are free to call us this morning to submit your own or what you think in what is going on. Today is a free mic. Sorry, I didn't mention it in time. Call at any time you want into the program. You are welcome to do that. Thank you.
Therefore, the British must be questioned.
Yes, sir.
Or the mentality or the psyche of Europeans and by extension Americans must be put to the test to explain, to rationalize why the emergence of states in Africa cannot be allowed to adopt the same organic route by which every other civilized nation emerged.
Listen.
Why is that impossible? That's what I ask Americans and Europeans.
In European, American, all of them, they're made up of what they think they are. Why what work for them? Dividing themselves according to their tribal line. Why is not going to work for us in Africa, then in Biafra, in Nigeria? Why is not going to work? Have you seen things that made Britain to hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because he exposes them to their grassroots. And what is working for them is the way we are living before. They now come and take it away from us and give us the fake life that they are not even living on their own. Are you following? Before the coming of white man, we are living a decent, moral, Republicans nature life. Values of our cultures, values of our heritage. But Britain did not look at all this. He doesn't care, he didn't care about it before he made the amalgamation of the 1914. After he have used 4 years to kill and buy the warriors of a Kumeku warrior. And also destroy Arondi Zog. Arochukwu. Arochukwu will be cleansed, maybe Biafra get recognition, then we'll go back to the way we are. So, you have a call. That is why it's important for you to pay attention in this particular exposition from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the President of United States of Biafra. It is very important. So that you may understand it very well. Now you are father, you are mother, you are children, you are relative, Okoma, they go life imprisonment. And may Nigeria happen to you. May your family be in this situation.
So this is what these people do to vulnerable Nigeria.
May this happen to you, Okoma.
This is what these people do to children, adults, and average Nigeria, and all you care about is your mineral resources. Donald Trump is coming to mine our mineral resources.
Okoma, may this happen to you and your children and your generation.
Your grandfather, it didn't benefit your great grandfather. That is not benefiting you and will not benefit your children and your grandchildren, and you don't care about your
this one a past life imprisonment now. So may this one happen to you.
All you people that are saying Trump is coming to take our resources. Can you resources say America say Nigeria? As an average Nigeria, what are you benefiting in those resources that Nigeria have? Dara.
Madman, Okoma. May Nigeria happen to you. May your children, may member of your family cry in this way. That these small children are crying.
Simple. So this is what these people do to vulnerable Nigeria.
See it now.
This is what these people do to kids. This is what these people do to
Okoma, may this happen to you in Jesus' name. Say amen. May your family member be in this situation.
Coming to mine our mineral resources. The resources that didn't benefit your father, didn't benefit your grandfather, didn't benefit your great grandfather. That is not benefiting you and will not benefit.
May this happen to you, Okoma, because you're an Igbo man. May happen to you in Eke, in Ori, in Afo, and in Nkwo. May your family members be in this situation. Fools. Mugu.
As an average Nigerian, what are you benefiting in those resources?
Let me give you another one that will be your passion.
Is Sudan an African country?
For over a decade, Nigerians have been told that their government is...
I got these heels.
I'm coming.
This is to the president of Nigeria.
May this become your portion of you and your family.
That means we have two presidents. Please, sir.
You see those gaskets? May it become your position.
It's time to speak up.
May it happen to you.
During the time when they said churches will start paying tax, all of them, Hebrews, no one can tax the church. No one. Not any government. I put my oil on the line.
You see it?
Oil on the line. If you try,
this is how they deceive you.
If you try, you pay with your life. Now, let me show you something in the Bible. Then they go open the iPad. Now, sir, it is time. Open that same iPad. Speak to the government. Speak to the leaders. They are killing us.
Yes. See, you are one Nigeria. Those are in charge. They are addressing you. Yes, now. That is our Nigeria that we are proud of. Come and comment here and let me see you. Why are you running away? You see him? Look at this small boy that are killing people. And not like he's in prison. Look at how armed he is. Look at how armed he is. You may understand that. I don't understand his language.
All right. Southeast leaders, Southeast governors, Southeast senators, come closer. Let us analyze.
I beg, talk to them.
What is happening in one part of Nigeria?
Yes.
That is northern side of Nigeria. Castina, can may analyze if made some days ago. Give me a now group of people that are able with a launcher, with a sophisticated weapons. Weapon Nigerian army recruits never laid their hands on that weapon.
Okay.
Maranda moved the railway to the community, one jack community. Now, Apopota, see I'm Babiana, Kaime Udo, Nana Agente. This video should be forwarded to all the Igbo leaders across the nation.
You know where we are to our leader. We already know all this. So let us go back to where we are. We give Okoma, who come to comment nonsense, what he wants, what he deserves. Why don't come and comment? Why running away? You think that we just come here without evidence? And why we are here? Okoma, come and comment. I'm calling on you. Come and comment. Okay, my comment. Thunder fire you. What is your name? I don't even know the meaning of your name. What do I scam you? Am I Nigeria who is killing you? Am I Nigeria that is killing you? Did I know you? I am only fighting for my freedom, and what I'm fighting for, African Union are up on it. That Biafra must become a country. That's what I'm looking for, nothing more than that. I stand on the mandate of our declaration. I stand on the declaration of Biafra on November 29, 2024. Biafra has become a sovereign state. You don't know. Wamug. This is the people are start writing scammer. Find better word to write. Let me give it to you small again.
Dara.
Am I the one who put you in this condition? People like you. Your name is said your name is Remeko. Look at your name.
So this is what these people
look at it. May this happen to you and your family members. May your children or your uncle children be in this position.
All you care about is your mineral resources.
Idiots.
Trump is coming to mine our mineral resources. The resources that did it.
This is what will be your portion. Let us use our president Mazi and Kanu.
There are no
they don't have any answers to it. All they say is that, oh, why didn't you just get on with it? I want the same things that you have in America. I want liberty, I want freedom, I want all the rest of it. That's what makes you a human being, or as an animal.
What did our president Mazi and Kanu want? Our president Mazi and Kanu only wants a good life. The life UK people give to their people. The life France give to their own people. The life China gives to their own people. The people are not traveling out of China. They have all they want. That is our offense. That is why we are scammers. Nothing more than that. Our offense is that we are fighting. We said no. I don't want to belong here. I don't want you to be my brother. I don't want you to be my friend. How did they call for war? Stay on your own, I stay on my own. Stay in your house, I stay in my house. I don't want to be a friend of you. How is it becomes a crime? He must not only fighting. Mazi and Kanu only fighting to give us good hospital, stable light, no insecurity, school, good roads, and good market. Good economy, that is what he's fighting for. That is why it becomes a problem to you. And I am not calling you to follow me. Because I said, I don't want you in my life. Why is it called for war? Why is it called for you to attack me on my page when I did not attack you? Why are you bringing violence in my page? Is it by force to be your friend? Is it by force to stay with you? When I see that staying with you means a death sentence to every indigenous people, and I say no. That for me to be alive, that I want to exclude, that I want to do what? Exit from you. So, it's not by force. And it's not by force that you must come here to comment. Because I will give you what will insult you and you will not come again. So you don't want to learn. Or want to learn in a hard way.
Being forced to live in cages in Africa or being forced to live more or less like animals is not a situation we are prepared to tolerate for very long.
No.
Death is better.
Have there been armed clashes between Biafrans and Boko Haram? Has there been a defense of Biafrans?
No, not at all. Because we are not allowed to defend ourselves. They can kill us. They can get arms flowing in from Lebanon, from Iran, from Saudi Arabia. There are jihadists coming from all over the place, coming in there. There was a plane load of arms that came in, was detained at the airport from Egypt. The Arab world, that is what drives me insane. The Arab world and the Islamic world are busy supporting Boko Haram in their stated aim of spreading Islam to Christians in Nigeria. The Christian world are not reciprocating. They're not coming to our rescue. I don't know how you can defend yourself against somebody who is armed with RPGs and with AK-47s. I don't know if you do that through prayer and fasting. I do not know.
Right.
That is the sort of condition we're faced with. In other words, as we speak right now, the process of Islamization is gathering momentum and no one is doing anything.
Right.
Do you see why Britain don't want him to be alive? Do you see why Britain don't want his voice to be heard again? Because he exposable. He brought it out and put it to every layman understanding. They will to understand that Nigeria was by forcefully amalgamated. And even in the so-called the document of Nigeria, their shame did not cover them. That they should not put that these people was amalgamated by force. They put it there like that. That is the kind of people want to die for. Yes, my brother. That was earlier this year. Germany banned them. And they are going to face it as another war very soon. So, when you see everything that we are saying, that we are coming out here from us, our president, Mazi Nnamdi, you may understand why he told you in the court yesterday that British told them to jail him, but they cannot. Or back or no, you do nothing. You let him go with Biafra. That is only his crime. And he's there. Stand strong. You can see our president standing strong in front of the enemies. Tell them, you cannot jail me. I am Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand it? These are the areas that calls for attention. These are the things of his making out there that make Britain, because he exposed all the agenda of Britain to every layman understanding. That is why Britain or British wants him to be jailed. But he told you what? I am Nnamdi Kanu. And nothing will happen.
Or you will die.
They crucified some people, was it 2 days ago? I think you've got pictures on Facebook. They actually got some people.
They actually crucified.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. It's something ISIS is doing that they're doing that we're there. You either convert or we kill you.
Do you hear that? Either you convert or you will be killed. Islamization agenda that the Biafran people refuse to accept.
Or we kill you. And I don't know why the world expects us to deal with that. It's either there's something going on. It's either everyone else is a Muslim. That's why I say sometimes that everyone in the West is a Muslim. That's what I say, because you couldn't possibly keep quiet when such a thing is going on. No, it's terrible.
No.
Terrible.
You're opening my eyes in ways I knew this was going to be eye-opening. I did not realize what is happening. Who is Boko Haram organically? Are they a government creation? Are they...
Boko Haram is, you need to understand the geopolitics of Nigeria to then start comprehending the concept or the ideology that drives the insanity that is Boko Haram. In the north, you have the areas you call the Mohammedan Emirates of the North. Mm-hmm. These are people who are predominantly, by ancient culture and tradition, Islamic. They are Hausa, Fulani people. In the west, coming down near Lagos, you have the Yoruba people, and in the east, you have the Biafran people.
Please touch the like button, hit the like button.
The Hausa Fulani people, we are told by the British that they have the right to rule in perpetuity Nigeria. The British in 1953 and 57 were involved in a massive fraud to rig the census results.
Listen.
In other words, they skewed the numbers to always favor the Hausa Fulani people that they may remain in power. And the reason for that is that the British is scared that Biafran people, especially the Igbos, are somehow human, that we can think properly.
Yeah.
And we have the oil. The oil wells is in the oil wells, the reserves, everything is where we come from.
In Biafra.
And the British couldn't retain or sustain their colonial presence in Africa because the USA asked them to leave. So what they now did is to take the control of the oil, hand it over to a group of people they think they can manipulate very easily. That's all. That's what has happened. And now they now believe that they have the right to rule. Unfortunately for them, President Goodluck Jonathan, the incumbent, emerged out of circumstances that could be described as somehow mysterious. He came up as the president, and now they don't like it. 3 people funded Boko Haram. The ex-president, head of state Buhari, another ex-head of state, Hausa Fulani Islamic person called Babangida, and another vice president, Atiku Abubakar. They consciously went out to fund Boko Haram because Buhari said after Jonathan won the 2011 elections that I will make the country ungovernable. He said it openly. And they went ahead to do it by killing poor, defenseless Biafran Christians because they know that Christians around the world will not come to our rescue.
Yeah.
They also know that no other people will come to our rescue because they don't want us to emerge as a people. That's a problem.
Yeah. So the British don't want you to emerge as a people.
No.
Aha.
That's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
Massive. But this time around, whether they like it or not,
Yeah.
I'm sure the British didn't want the USA to emerge either.
No.
Whether they like it or not, we shall emerge.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not, Biafra shall emerge. On the summits they had in South Africa, both the South Africa president, both Kenya president, both Ibrahim, the Burkina Faso president, and all of them gathered there talk about Biafra. They did what? They all discussed about what? Biafra. So that is exactly what happened. So if you never believe that Biafra has been emerged after our declaration, you are making a mistake. So Biafra has emerged fully. We are only seeking one thing. Only one thing remain. And that's one that remain is what Britain blocked us. Britain single-handedly blocked Biafra international recognition in 1967 to 1970. That is what Britain did to us. Britain single-handedly blocked international recognition of Biafra. He told some African countries, do not recognize them. That they are too Republicans. They are too democracy. They like everybody to have equal rights. And people will not listen to you. That is what Britain told African people. After Second World War II. Before the amalgamation and before everything happens, lead to Biafra genocidal war. Britain blocked everywhere for us. That is what Britain did to us. When you see our president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, raising his voice yesterday in the court, he knew what he's looking for, what he's fighting for. It's only the gullibles will not understand his words. And he looked in the eyes of the enemy and told them, you are idiots. You can't jail me. I am Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ohamadike 1. A man that only his destruction will come from God by himself, and God cannot destroy him because he is a true son of man of God. So, for you to understand where we are, if anybody is running away, running around Biafra, see, after that, our declaration, Biafra has emerged. No other group under the international global community that they will handed over recognition of a country. No. Recognition goes to only countries because it is a country that recognizes country. A group recognizes what? A group of people. A company recognizes company. That is how it is. I hope you are following. This is how what it is. So do not be deceived by fallback group, by IPOB, One Nigeria, by Adandocho, by Ugo 247, and those who are by CRC. No, they will not. I have given you why they want to jail Mazi Nnamdi. Britain told Nigeria, British, to jail him. It's because of all the exposition that you had here, that he made against them. How British amalgamated Nigeria in their own interest, and how they come and they say, you, from there you were Nigerian. And you agree. Can you go to their country and say, you are cricket, and they will accept it? Can you? Count your tongue. Use your tongue and count your teeth. Don't be deceived by all the shenanigans that is going on social media today. None of them are here to fight for Biafra. They're only here to make money. They're only here to use Biafra to make money through Nigeria, to give them money so they will say, okay, we have surrendered, I am no longer there. These are facts and figures that we almost know. When in time of recognition, after declaration of a new state that lacks international recognition, no other group, every other group, the world sees them as just a political movement. They say, we see them just like a political movement, that recognition will go to a country that was declared officially. After our declaration, all these gbasgbos you are seeing, those people, they are there because of what we're supposed to be. This is true that I want you to know. Remember to sit at home today if you are in old Anambra, if you are in these areas, or the Megu, Ikemba, and the Omambra. Please sit at home for your own good, because Nigeria holds no good for you. Do not come outside. If you die because of want to come and prove who you are today, it's not going to stop Biafra from going as a country. And it's not going to destroy our declaration, because the world knows that after declaration of a new country, now they will sabotage everywhere. So, one thing that we all must understand is the importance of our declaration. Until you know the meaning of declaration, that is the only when you will stop jumping from there to there to there. You can only stand up perfectly. So, then you may be able to understand your government. and what they are doing. These are the areas that I want you to understand. Nobody that is going to recognize any group. Recognition of the Biafra, nobody will give it to IPOB because their organization, they're not a country. Bridge and Fallback is an organization. The real Bridge is Dr. Ngozi Onabueze. She is the real Bridge. That is one that we all must understand. That is the thing that we have to do. The real Biafra government in exile is because it's like God and Christ. Whoever want to talk to God will pass through Christ. Whoever want to talk to the government in exile will pass through Ngozi Onabueze. Ngozi will pass you to Obatobi. There is no other way around. Yeah, Mazi Kevin, you have to visit the page back, then do it afresh. Turn the notification again, because sometimes YouTube will kick it off. You will not know until you go back there. So that's what you have to do, so you can be able to be getting the notification back. I want you to know that everything that your government is doing is their right. Calling for sit at home today is a right under the ambit of the international law. They support the calling of sit at home in old Anambra today. Which law supports it? Like I told you yesterday, the law of the ICCPR, Article 22, supports a new declared country government for calling for sit at home. I have proved it to you here. Listen as I play this and listen as I read it.
That is a precise legal question that requires distinguishing between the collective right of self-determination and the individual right to organize politically. The most direct answer is ICCPR. Article 22 strongly supports the right of individuals to form the political organization, party, movement, or government in waiting that calls for the sit at home. It is the legal shield for the very existence of the entity making the call. Here is the breakdown of how Article 22, freedom of association, applies to an unrecognized government or secessionist movement. 1. What Article 20...
Do you hear? Unrecognized what? Government. Unrecognized states that happen to be United States of Biafra is the one I'm talking about. Unrecognized what? States. Did you hear unrecognized group? Do you hear unrecognized fallback? Did you hear unrecognized RCC? No. What? Unrecognized states. Unrecognized states.
22 guarantees. Article 22 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, states, everyone shall have the right to freedom of association with others, including the right to form and join trade unions for the protection of his interests. This right is fundamental to democracy and political life. It means, aspect of Article 22, application to the new declaration government, right to form political groups. Article 22 guarantees the ability of individuals in a territory to organize collectively to pursue a common goal, including the goal of political change, self-determination, or secession. Legal protection for the entity. The new declaration government, or movement, is protected in its existence and operation as a political association, even if the parent state has not recognized it. This protection extends to forming a political party, holding meetings, and issuing political directives. Enabling collective action. This right is essential because it allows the organizers to coordinate actions, like a sit-at-home protest, by creating the infrastructure necessary to mobilize a large number of people. 2. The relationship between Article 22 and the sit-at-home. The new declaration government uses its right to association, Article 20.
The new declaration government. I want to be picking a point. The right of the United States of Biafra calling for sit at home under the international law of ICCPR, Article 22, 20, 19 and 21 of what the government is calling for. And it's also the fundamental right of a new unorganized declared government to call for it at home, to prove to the world also that there is a permanent population under the Montevideo Convention of 1933. Under this, the Montevideo Convention, there is what? Those that are in charge. Who are those in charge? They call them unrecognized government or an unweighting government of a state, not of a group, not of RCC, not of the fallback, not of the IPOB. The kind of sit at home for the government is also proved that the government is that the government has a permanent population. That is one of the most first criteria for you to become a new country. The first criteria is what? A permanent population, a defined territory where we have the United States, the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. Before all these things will be down, before you will have that what? Recognition from the international global community. Without that, after your declaration is a step, number one step to prove that you are a sovereign state. Onyawambo Lion. Good morning from here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All these laws are for you, that are for us. I have just declared our country on November 20, 2024. These are what we have to do. So, when you listen to all this shenanigans that is going on social media, do not fall for them, do not mind them. Because, one, they do not understand the importance of declaration. Also, what is going on to us right now is what they call the danger on a long time agitation. The danger in a long time agitation is the long time creates many groups claiming that they are fighting for freedom. That is what a long time agitation brings into us, and that is the danger. The danger is all these groups that you're seeing to, because if Biafra succeeded in 1967 to 1970, are you going to have Masob? No. Are you going to have IPOB? No. Are you going to have autopilot? No. Are you going to have Omada Highway? No. Are you going to have Biafra Faceless Unite? No. Are you going to have CRC? The answer is no. So, everything lies. They said after the declaration of a new country that all the groups are under the declaration of a new country as the powerful power to get international recognition, to end up of being what? A country. This is how it is. So, on sitting at home today, I want you to know that there is a law that back up your government in what they are doing. That is the law I am reading on ICCPR, Article 22, even Article 21, Article 19 also emphasize on what is happening today in Biafra land. So please, what are they going to give to you? When I was there in Nigeria 4 years ago, having been in charge of my polling unit, How much are they giving? I am the one who gather people, address them. The day of election, what we do is that in the morning, we start going to house and be sharing 2,000 naira. Today, they are sharing 4,000, 5,000 for you. That is how you sell your destiny to their hands. And you think that it means nothing. After giving you that is why after giving you the money, you will not have mouth to say a word. Because their money convince you to vote for them. Their money is what convinces you to vote for them. So, my people, the Biafran people must sit at home because there is a law that supports what the government is doing. I hope you have had it here. Listen.
22, to form the organization, which then calls for an act of protest protected by assembly, Article 21, and expression, Article 19. Action, ICCPR article that protects it. Forming the political party, the leadership/structure. Article 22, freedom of association. Telling people to stay home, the communication. Article 19, freedom of expression. The collective staying at home, the non-violent protest. Article 21, freedom of peaceful assembly. 3. State restrictions, the caveat. The parent state is allowed to place restrictions on the right to association, but only under very strict conditions outlined in Article 22. 1. The restrictions must be prescribed by law, not arbitrary. 2. They must be necessary in a democratic society. 3. They must be in the interests of national security, public safety, public order, ordre public, public health or morals, or the protection of the rights and freedoms of others. A parent state might argue that a secessionist movement, or its call for a sit-at-home threatens national security or public order. However, international human rights bodies generally interpret these restrictions narrowly. The Human Rights Committee has often found that states cannot arbitrarily dissolve or refuse to register a political party simply because its aim is to change the constitutional order, provided it advocates its aims peacefully. Therefore, as long as the new declaration government is operating peacefully and is not promoting hatred or violence, Article 22 shields its right to exist and organize its members to participate in peaceful protests. Would you like to delve into the specific challenges an unrecognized group faces when their peaceful sit-at-home call is met with an aggressive state-imposed public order restriction?
I hope you are listening to that. So, you will know that the government of University of Biafra are not just doing something, because the criteria or the template of the University of Biafra is what? The international global community guidelines, their laws, their treaties is what is going to give us Biafra. So, in all that we are suffering so much now, all of them is what a long time agitation without reaching to the end bring to us. Now that we have come to end, people are still sabotaging. What stopped Sojuku in 1967 to 1970 is what? Saboteurs. That will stop him. Today, what happened? He's trying to stop us again, but the Biafran government resist them to stopping the government. That is one thing we all must know. Said what? That is one that you all must know. So, nobody, born of human being, can quench this fire that is on right now. I want you to pay attention from the instructions that are coming from the United States of Biafra. No any other place it will come. Because this is the only where recognition is going to go into. Not any other places. Not any other way. That is why you must adhere to all the important command from the United States of Biafra government. that has made it officially declared on November 29, 2024. I see you, Emmanuel. Good afternoon from here. I see you, Ejema. Good morning from here. Thank you so much for coming. So, what we are doing is only when you understand it is the only time that you will stop deceiving yourself. You will stop making more harm than good to yourself. That is only the time. And if you only believe and understand what this our declaration means, that is when you will ask yourself, what am I doing all this time? So I am telling you this morning for you to know that government is right to be called for what? Sit at home protest. It's also proving to the world that a new country has been what declared. Is sending signal or notification to the world that Biafra has been what? Declared. And we are only seeking for one thing. What is that thing? We are only seeking for international recognition. That is all that we are seeking for. When that is done, oh, people will ask, will cry. And had I know will come at last. That is why I am telling you to come back. Because if you refuse to come back, it might be late for you. For it not to be late for you, you must adhere to the important instructions. You must adhere to the important instructions order coming from what? United States of Biafra. Calling for peaceful sit at home means that the government are not into armed struggle, but rather they are into peaceful movement of getting their new country independency or recognition. Do not be deceived. Do not. Stand strong. Because the time we are into is, look at it, we are on the last extra 15 minutes time. Hey, that is why you must stand strong, go. That is why you must be who you are. Because without doing that, had I know we come into your life at last. So, my people, everything that we are doing it for our own benefit, for our own unborn children. That is why we have to stood up and do what? Fight for them, and also make them to understand the importance of our fight. When we refuse to adhere to all this, we are going to destroy many things. Without recognition for a new country, can a leader who was arrested before the declaration of a new country be released? Oh my God, very hard way. The recognition of Biafra or declaration of Biafra is what is going to set Onion Dumas and the Kanu free. Remember that at all time in your mind. I said what? Remember this at all time in your mind. That is why you must give your Gemma and your Eje to support the government to get every job done, because one, money is involved in freedom fighting. I said what? Money is involved. It's important that we must give for us to get our words, our international recognition. Because in Igbo adage, they told us, na dere agbaka ife na talo. That is why also they told us in Igbo adage, na ọ na-eme agwa nwata ihe eji bụrụ ọgaranya eji abụ odogwu ọ sị mba ka nrọ otu nra. You have been in Nigeria all these years trying one thing, doing one thing, and it's not working. Why can't you adhere to do something new, that's something different? What is that? Divide the so-called, the evil death sentence, so even indigenous people happen to be Nigeria. Divide it and let them go. Everybody will solve their problem. And you refuse. So, do not be panicked. Do not be moved. Everything that we are doing, I am here doing for myself and my unborn children. That is what I'm doing. That's what I'm fighting. That is why I'm here. So if you also tell yourself like that, then you will understand what is going on in all over this world. It is very important that you understand it very well and sit at home today in Odo Anambra. So to push more for what to give the government international recognition. That is what you are doing. That is why you have to continue doing it. Until you also understand the importance of official declaration of a new country. And why that declaration is very, very important under the international laws. Please, do not panic. Do not be moved. Please. Listen to this.
That's a great question, as international declarations and agreements are constantly evolving. Based on recent global activity, here are some of the important new or recently reaffirmed international declarations and political agreements. Recent major declarations and pacts. The most significant recent developments often come from major UN summits. Pact for the Future, UN Summit of the Future, September 2024. This is a groundbreaking agreement adopted by world leaders, aiming to modernize and transform global governance to meet today's and tomorrow's challenges. It covers a broad range of issues, including peace and security, sustainable development, climate change, digital cooperation, human rights, gender, youth, and future generations. Key deliverables within it include a global digital compact and a declaration on future generations. Doha Political Declaration, Second World Summit for Social Development, November 2025. This declaration signals a renewed global commitment to building more just.
Sorry? When you heard about the declaration of Biafra, you thought it's a child's play, right? Without this declaration, we are not going to near UN. Because the document of the declaration is what we are going to present to the office of the UN members. Are you following? A declaration of independence is a paramount for a new country.
A declaration of independence is of paramount importance for a new country because it serves as the foundational legal, political, and philosophical document that announces its existence, justifies its separation, and seeks crucial international recognition. It is essentially the new country's birth certificate and its initial plea for legitimacy on the global stage. The 5 core purposes of a declaration. The declaration of a new country is designed to multitask for multiple audiences. 1. Establish internal legitimacy, the rallying cry. Unite the people. It provides a common set of ideals, principles, and a collective national identity to rally citizens, formerly subjects, behind the new government. Justify the revolution. It outlines the grievances and abuses of the former ruling power, providing the moral and political justification for the act of separation and rebellion. This is crucial for maintaining public support during what is often a period of conflict or instability. 2. Claim legal sovereignty, the formal break. Sever all ties. The declaration formally and irrevocably dissolves all political, legal, and military allegiance to the former ruling state. Claim independent powers. It asserts that the new entity now possesses all the full power of a sovereign nation, including the capacity to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, and establish commerce. 3. Seek international recognition. The diplomatic key. Appeal to the world. It is an open letter to the international community, explaining the causes for the separation and demonstrating that the new state meets the necessary criteria for statehood: population, territory, government, and capacity to enter into relations. Win foreign allies. Gaining recognition, and crucially, support from other sovereign states, is often the difference between success and failure. Recognition grants access to international trade, treaties, loans, and military alliances, which are vital for a nascent state's survival. 4. Define national principles. The vision statement. Founding principles. The document enshrines the new nation's core ideals, such as the rule of law, unalienable rights, like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the concept of government deriving its just powers from the consent of the governed. Commitment to rights. It sets a standard for human rights and governance, often promising a new political system free from the tyranny and abuses of the old regime. 5. Trigger international law. A declaration asserts the right of self-determination, which is a fundamental principle of international law. By making a formal declaration, a new entity effectively forces the existing international system to acknowledge its existence, and eventually, decide whether to grant its statehood. Without this, the independence is merely an internal claim and not a recognized fact in global affairs. The video provides a simplified crash course on one of the world's most influential declarations of independence. You can learn more about the American Declaration of Independence in the Declaration of Independence for Kids, a quick crash course on the Declaration. YouTube video views will be stored in your YouTube history, and your data will be stored and used by YouTube according to its terms of service.
Do you listen to something? This is all about when you are seeing those IPOB, autopilot, fallback, CRC, Faceless United talking. In the international global community, they did not recognize them at all. They don't know about them. They only know the one that has declaration document as a letter that is going to be given to UN and the other countries in the world that are going to give us the international recognition. Listen again as I play before we explain it. Listen.
A Declaration of Independence is of paramount importance for a new country because it serves as the foundational legal, political, and philosophical document that announces its existence, justifies its separation, and seeks crucial international recognition. It is a...
Do you hear something here? Do you hear something here? A declaration of independence. A declaration of independence of a new country is paramount important for a new country because it serves as a fundamental legal, political, and a document. And the what? A document that announces its exit, justify its separation, and seek for international recognition. A declaration of independence is a paramount important for a new country. Then, that our declaration of USB is a paramount important for Biafra to become a new country, not Bridge. Bridge is an organization where we are. We went to Finland to make what? A declaration of United States of Biafra that we have documents that we are going to present to the international global community to seek for officially international recognition. Are you listening? So, when you see those that are walking around in social media claiming bridge, there is no justification in bridge, but there is a justification of a separation of a movement when it is a new declared independent country, when there is a declaration of the new country. The documents that of the new country declaration is what you will submit into many countries. That is why our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa told you that after declaration that we will have the necessary and important document to present to the world for official recognition of Biafra. That even in a South Africa's summit, they discuss about it. Everywhere is Nabagaragra because of Biafra right now. But who are they giving? How are they going to recognize a government that was gathered together when we are on bridge and went as an organization to declare it as a sovereign state? Are the one that international global community are telling us that they are going to give recognition, that the declaration is a step to do what? To get international recognition with a document of the declaration. Not the other way around. A declaration of independence is of paramount important for a new country because it serves as a fundamental legal, political, and a document that announced exit. That day on November 29, 2024, that is the day we announced our exit from Nigeria. That day we gather in there, make a declaration, and generate this document is the day that we announce our exit from Nigeria. We are not going to announce it again because we have met the first criteria. The international global community want us to meet for us to become a sovereign state first. You will be answering your name when you are looking for a job. Your name is not, you will hide your name. Is on your name is what you use to get what? A job. You will not use another person's name to go and get a job and be working. No, you will use your own name, your own documents to get what the job that you are looking for. That is how it is. So if you don't have these documents in your hand, if we don't have these documents in your hand, what are you presenting? Yes, so thanks for your comments. So, my people, if you are listening carefully, you will understand the importance of this declaration that people do not understand, and they are mocking around social media today.
Essentially the new country's birth certificate and its initial plea for legitimacy on the global stage.
Do you hear that? That the new country birth certificate is what? The declaration of United States of Biafra. The declaration document is our birth certificate that we are going to present on the international global stage. And it is an internal pledge for legitimacy of the global stage. The declaration document is there is one of our sister. Call it there's how there's a word she normally use there, escape my mind. Without this document of declaration, nobody is going to recognize you. Nobody is going to recognize you. This is what the international global community on the UN Charter asks us to do. The new country birth certificate, which is declaration document, is what the Biafran government is going to present in the world stage for us to give us recognition. It's not the other. I told you what, it's not the other way around. It must be that way.
The 5 core purposes of a declaration. The declaration of a new country is designed to multitask for multiple audiences. 1. Establish internal legitimacy, the rallying cry. Unite the people. It provides a common set of ideals, principles, and a collective national identity to rally citizens, formerly subjects, behind the new government. Justify the revolution. It outlines the grievances and abuses of the former ruling power, providing the moral and political justification for the act of separation and rebellion. This is crucial for maintaining public support during what is often a period of conflict or instability. 2. Claim legal sovereignty, the formal break. Several...
Hold it here, let us do something. Number 1. The 5 key purpose of the declaration. 5 points. A declaration is important and we must done that. And we have already done it. I am bringing this out to you for you to see that people that are making the social media, they have nothing to offer to the global community for them to grant us recognition. The declaration of a new country is denied to the multiple audience or ordinance. The declaration has a multiple way of giving us recognition. Establishing internal legitimacy. Establishing internal legitimacy to the international global community. 1. Unite the people. Declaration supposed to unite every group that is fighting for Biafra. Once they be heard that Biafra has been declared, they're all supposed to come because of. But our problem is that, you remember what Mazi and Nnamdi was telling that the way we are reasoning is our problem. The way our people are reasoning is the problem that we are facing. So, when our official declaration is supposed to unite us, then people from there start creating many groups as they like. It provides as a common set of ideas, principle, and the collective nationality identity to rely the citizens formally subject behind the new government. Every gathering, every group have to come gather under the government that was already declared about United States of Biafra as a new nation. So, why I am using the voice to read it is that because of those who will come and tell you that I am just manipulating and making the story. The way they put is why I'm bringing it to you. So, nobody, after our declaration, we see claiming, I am IPOB, I am autopilot, I am Bridge, I am CRC. No! All the declaration is the word, is supposed to unite all of us. The declaration supposed to do what? unite all the Biafrans who claim that they are fighting for the freedom of the new country. That is what it is. After declaration, if you are claiming any group again, you on your own. This document of declaration is what Nigeria lack. Nigeria lack a document of declaration. Nigeria only have a document of what? Amalgamation. And in the entire whole world, Nigeria is only country who have a document of that the history of their country is amalgamated. No other country in the world. Go and research and come outside and tell us. So this is they said every organization should be behind the new country that was officially declared their independence, like or the one of United States of Biafra that hold on November 29, 2024. Are you following?
Ties. The declaration formally and irrevocably.
Also, the declaration proved that a new government can sign ties and agreement with other countries. Without this declaration document, nobody, you will not sign any agreement to any other countries. You will not go into diplomatic of the movement. You will not. But because of the official declaration that has been conducted and has been made, then everything in between comes along from one step to another step. We must continue. Justify the revolution. The declaration outlined the grassroots. The declaration outlined what IPOB, MASOB, CRC, Autopilot, Omada Highway, and the First Ladies Unite. The declaration did what? Outline all these things. They can only now make what? Focus on the new country that was declared officially. So the ability for you to know that this country has been declared, or you don't even come across a document where you can read about the declaration of a new country, how it works, and why it is important, and why is that one that have this document is the one that are going to give recognition. Without declaration of a new country, you are just a mere political movement without a declaration. Without a declaration, I said what? The international global community said that you are just a mere political what? Movement. That is what you are. But with the declaration of a new country, you are now you become a sovereign state from the day you make that declaration. That is what UN Charter is telling us. Not we telling them where it's supposed to go. Because they are the one that are going to organize us. So they are the one who keep the criteria, the protocols that we have to follow for us to have a new country. Providing the moral and the political justification for the act of a separation and the revolution. This is a critical. This is a criteria for maintaining public support during what is often a period of conflict or instability. Now that is a conflict in Biafra movement, because IPOB One Nigeria are claiming the fallback, Alume, Umada Highway, CRC, First Unite at the Adandosho, all these are conflicts. And they said, in a period of conflict, that the international global communities are going to be watching how the new country that was declared, the government are going to handle the movement. So now that we are into conflict, they are watching what is those that made a declaration of a new country. What are they doing? Do you understand? So in this period now, we are into instability. They are also watching. They are doing what? They are watching how we can manage the instability. They are watching how we can manage our internal conflict. What is internal conflict? The internal conflict is what you see IPOB or One Nigeria doing. That is what First Unite is doing. That is what Adandochi is doing. That is what CRC is doing. That is what Fallback is doing. All these things are the internal conflict. Now, throw it to what happened in Finland. When the people of Finland, the white people of Finland, gathered in Helsinki to make a declaration of Finland to become a sovereign state, the Red Finland people, who sponsored by Russia, come against those that made a declaration and try to stop it. When the country like Germany and Soviet Union comes in, what happened? The people of Germany, country of Germany and the Soviet Union, they went and asked, please, oh, who are those that make a declaration? Where is the document of the declaration? They bring it, the white Finland people now bring out this document. What happened? The Germany who come to know what is going on there, they did what? They supported the white people who make officially declaration of a new country that tallies on the international community guideline or their criteria or the procedure of having a new country. They are the one that Germany and Soviet Union supported. Go and check. Then the white people fighting against the white, that is what they call it, internal war in time of Finland to have their own independence from Russia. The same thing that the same thing that Finland passes through. Do you know that the internal conflict of Finland lead to kill over 40,000 Finland citizens, both white and red? Even in the social media, there is attack going on in the social media. So, when you see those people who are in social media today, who did not understand the meaning of the declaration and how important the declaration is with the document in the international global community, they will be messing up social media, claiming what they are not. So, So my people, I don't have time for fools and idiots. I don't address them. The only thing I do them is to take just a second, point out and wipe the nonsense they type and block them. So the other thing is what? Now, when the Soviet Union and Germany want to recognize Finland as a country, they took up the declaration document, and after reading it, they signed and they endorsed. They said, from today's henceforth, Finland has become a sovereign state. Without the declaration document, it is hard for a new country to get international recognition. It is very, very hard. It is very, very hard for you to get recognition because you must present a document being signed by the people of that new country. That is why all that went to Finland signed on the document of declaration. Their signature prove that they give the government mandate to do what they are doing. I hope you are following. So, in everything we do now, those that are asking the template of Dr. Ngozi Arabez of the US government, the template is what the international global community lay out for them. That is the criteria. The criteria becomes the template because what we are seeking is the international global community are the one giving it. So for this to give to you, you have to do what? You have to abide or act like them. That is when they said, when you go to Roma, you behave like a Roma. You behave like the Romans when you go to there. So for us to go what we are looking, we have to go on their criteria. We have to go on their template and draw it and start using it. Then we will achieve only one thing that is lacking. That is, what is that? The international recognition. And on this quest of the international recognition is where they are giving us all this for us to know how important the declaration that was happened on November 29, 2024, how important it is. Number 2.
Dissolves all political, legal, and military allegiance to the former.
Claiming legal sovereignty. The formal breakaway. Serve all ties. Because we must we must do what? We as the Biafran people must serve on the principle of the template of the international global community. We must serve on it. The declaration formally and revoking that a new country is being declared, they are no longer a political group. They are no longer what? A political group. Our official declaration revoke that people of Biafra are on their movement are no longer a political group. Rather, they are a sovereign state. They are what? A sovereign state. Because of what? The official declaration of United States of Biafra. Also, to prove that they have military, the alliance to the former ruling state, which happened to be Nigeria. When we prove to them we have military, we have police, we have air defense, and all this that the government has put in place, it is also proving to them that a new state is ready to carry on their own activities. That also claiming independency power. We are, when you are in a group, you are just claiming. But after declaration, you are no longer claiming independency.
A ruling state. Claim independent powers. It asserts that the new entity now possesses all the full power of a sovereign nation, including the capacity to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, and establish commerce.
Who are they telling here? A new country. Declared. That the new entity now possess all the full power of a sovereign nation, including the capacity to the level of war. That is why we are building our army. That's why we are building our police. That's why we are building our everything that is security apparatus. That's why we are building it. Because they told you here that a declaration gives us power to protect our border, to prove how powerful the new country is. That we are a sovereign nation without recognition once a new country is being declared. So the importance of declaration is one thing that you understand. Then you will stand strong in what we are doing. That is one thing that are very sacrosanct into what we are doing right now. Seeking international recognition, diplomatic key.
3. Seek international recognition, the diplomatic key. Appeal to the world. It is an open letter to the international community, explaining the causes for the separation and demonstrating that the new state meets the necessary criteria for statehood, population, territory, government, and capacity to enter into relations.
What are they talking about? A new country. Applied to the world. It is an open letter. It is what? An open letter. To the international community. What is this open letter? Do you just go and start writing letter? No. The official declaration document is the open letter that we are going to give the world. And also our grievances. Why we declare Biafra as a nation. And why we need it. All these things are there before our declaration. Is it not true? Then when the government presents the document with the grievances and the numbers that have volunteered, or even our self-referendum document, all these things are important. And they are all gearing towards our official recognition. Explaining the cause of this separation and demonstrating that the new state met the necessary criteria. Do you hear it right now? The government has to explain why we made a declaration. That is now where our grievances document comes in. Then, another place that our document will come in is what? Let me check it. Hold on, please. So, our also document I have to come in again is that when they ask us about the permanent population, the territory of the USB government, the territory of the USB, when they ask us, we are going to present the 40 states. We are going to present the 50 million referendum votes, or over 1,000 people who went to Finland for a declaration. All this is our document. This is the open letter. And when they see all this and they are legit, what happened? They knock us recognition without looking back. They do what? They will knock us recognition without looking what? Back. So, a government, when the governments are the one that are giving you the document, what else do you want again? And also asking the government if they are ready to enter into capacity of signing relations and treaties and agreements. They will say yes. That is why we bring to you our official declaration. We are ready to sign. Now, the government that present all these things that we sign, the government that declare a new country, then they will sign. Please like and share, and also subscribe on the YouTube page, please. The capacity to enter into relationships are also involved. Do you see why the declaration is very, very important? And do you see why how the document lead and end all these shenanigans of groups? That is the truth. When you follow here deeply, then you understand it carefully. Winning foreign alliances, gaining recognition.
Win foreign allies, gaining recognition, and crucially, support from other sovereign states, is often the difference between success and failure. Recognition grants access to international trade, treaties, loans, and military alliances, which are vital for a nascent state.
Do you hear something? Gain recognition and supporting from other sovereign states. Other sovereign states to support a new sovereign state, not a new group, not IPO. See, there is no other way. So do not panic yourself. I said what? Do not panic. Support from other sovereign states, because your declaration made you a sovereign state. Your declaration made us what? A sovereign state, not the other way. And this is the criteria that we have to follow. This is the template that we have to follow for us to do what? Get international recognition. Yeah, Chidubem, you're welcome. Despite that you come late. I'm from Enyi Nnaya. Enyi Nnanya. Thank you for coming. That is the people that are here this morning. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Blessing. Thanks so much for coming in. So when you see all that is going out today in social media, when you go and research about how other countries got their own, that is when you know that your government of the USBG is right. That is when you know that the BSG government is what? Is right. They are doing everything under the ambit of the what? The international law. So please, as you join us, please like the program and also share the program if you may. Sovereign states is often the differences between success and failure. The sovereign state is success. A group becomes failure. Nah. I don't know why white people decided to hide every truth down. I don't know. So then I begin to query myself. Why did they hide all these things from us? So we can be blind and the faceless unite will come narrating nonsense and talking rubbish in social media. Recognition grants access to the international trade. Recognition grants us what? A level of access to the what? International trade. Who are they going to recognize? The United States of Biafra, who made a declaration on November 29, 2024. Beat up your ass, beat up your chest and said yes. That Biafra, the government is doing everything right. If you follow all they are doing under the ambit of the international law, then you will see it very well. The government will sign treaties. They will get loan, military alliance, which are vital for a state survival. I hope you understand this particular area very well. That is one thing that this individual, that's why I said, where are you getting what you are telling people after our declaration? Faceless unite. So now power them. They are getting because of they want to make money. They represent the Red Finland people. They represent it in our movement. So it is up to 5 on all this. But because of our time, we have to end it here. Everywhere in Biafra land has oil. So don't mind those fools. Anambra has oil. Anambra has what? Oil. So my people, you have understand it, but I will allow you to play, finish, then I'll play it again. So in case if you want to record to send to any group for them to also listen, then you may do that. In USB government will stand. In this USB is the only that government that will give us international recognition. They are the one that the world are going to give the international recognition, not the other way around. Please do not panic. Allow them. It's in Abu. Hope he knows very well.
Survival. 4. Define national principles, the vision statement. Founding principles. The document enshrines the new nation's core ideals, such as the rule of law, unalienable rights, like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the concept of government deriving its just powers from the consent of the governed. Commitment to rights. It sets a standard for human rights and governance, often promising a new political system free from the tyranny and abuses of the old regime. 5. Trigger international law. A declaration asserts the right of self-determination, which is a fundamental principle of international law. By making a formal declaration, a new entity effectively forces the existing international system to acknowledge its existence, and eventually, decide whether to grant it statehood. Without this, the independence is merely an internal claim, and not a recognized fact in global affairs.
Without declaration, those in the fallback, CRC autopilot, they are claiming. But with the declaration, you are no longer claiming. With our official declaration, we are no longer claiming that we are a state. But without this official declaration, you had it here, that any other thing that exists there is claiming what they are not. And they are not going to get it.
The video provides a simplified crash course on one of the world's most influential declarations of independence. You can learn more about the American Declaration of Independence in the Declaration of Independence for Kids, a quick crash course on the Declaration. YouTube video views will be stored in your YouTube history, and your data will be stored and used by YouTube according to its terms of service.
Now I have your question on the comment section. Let me give you an example of what you ask. Any leader who was arrested before a declaration of independence of a new country, is going to be in prison until the new country gets international recognition. Any leader who was arrested, you ask me, under the international law. Let me not even answer you with my mouth. Just stay on the comment section. Let me answer you. Now, let me use Bangladesh leader as an example, who was arrested before the declaration of their independence, or upon that he was arrested on the eve of that declaration. Before I answer you, let me answer this our brother. Let me tell you, nobody presents his military level in social media. Nobody. Even Nigeria, you are Nigeria you believed on is not doing that. They are not proving all what they have in social media. And you want me to come here? Anything about security is sacrosanct. It's not something you discuss in social media. Do you see America posting all their weapons in social media? That is, our problem is the way we reason like African people. After a leader who was fighting for a new country without a declaration was arrested, after he's arrested, the declaration of a new country was made. How can it be released? That is the question you are asking. That is, sorry for you, do I pronounce the name? That is the question you answered. Let me give you, that is why I told people in my platform, there is no shortcut to get freedom, and there is no shortcut to this leader who was arrested. All the protocol, all the criteria must follow on before you come outside. Not only us, that our prime minister has been arrested in the first place, no. Not only us, that our president has been arrested, no. What Mazi Simon, our prime minister, is passing through, and Mazi Nnamdi, the president, is passing through, people like Rahman of Bangladesh has passed through that. People like Nelson Mandela has passed through that. People like Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya has passed through that. Gandhi of India passed through it. Then Junior Martin Luther King passed through this that our prime minister is passing through right now. Nelson Mandela, despite fighting only after the regime, was arrested. And because of that, the people of Bangladesh, or this country I mentioned their name right now, have made a declaration under international law. That did not trigger the release. What triggers is the pressure of the political movement, and also the international pressure that the people that was outside, you and I, mount, is what make him to release. Also, proving his status that he is a prime minister of a new declared country. Listen to this.
This is a very specific and powerful scenario that has played out in history, most famously with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the independence of Bangladesh. When a leader is arrested, and the country's independence is then declared while they are still in custody, their release is almost always achieved through military victory or total political surrender by the arresting power. Here is a breakdown of how a leader in this situation can be released. 1. Military victory by the new country's forces. This is the most direct and historically common way for a leader to be released when the ruling power continues to hold them after the independence declaration. The War of Liberation, independence. The declaration, made by the leader or by their designated representatives, triggers a war. The newly declared country's military, freedom fighters, or revolutionary forces, often led by the leader's lieutenants, fight and decisively defeat the forces of the arresting power. The prisoner is a bargaining chip or liability. Once the new country's forces are victorious, the arresting power can no longer afford to hold the leader. Keeping the leader captive would be seen as an act of open defiance against the new, victorious nation, threatening further conflict. The defeated power, often the losing side of the war, is then forced to release the leader as a term of surrender, a gesture of de-escalation, or a means to normalize relations with the new state. Example: Sheikh Mujibur Rahman of Bangladesh. Sheikh Mujib was arrested by the Pakistani army on the night of March 25, 1971, right before he transmitted a declaration of independence for what was then East Pakistan. He was imprisoned in West Pakistan throughout the entire 9-month-long Bangladesh Liberation War. After the Pakistani military was decisively defeated by the joint forces of Bangladesh and India in December 1971, the new Pakistani government, under immense international pressure and facing the reality of a new independent state, released him from prison in January 1972. He flew home to become the founding father and first president of independent Bangladesh. 2. Implosion of the arresting power. Less commonly, the ruling power might collapse due to internal turmoil, which leads to the leader's release without a decisive military defeat. Regime change. The government that ordered the arrest may be overthrown or lose power internally, e.g., through a coup, revolution, or democratic loss. The successor regime, looking to stabilize the region or make a clear break from the previous oppressive policies, may order the leader's release immediately. Dissolution of the
Do you hear
state.
that?
If the state that made the arrest dissolves entirely, like the Soviet Union or some colonial federations, the new successor governments would likely release the political prisoner as part of a general amnesty. 3. Diplomatic pressure and international mediation. The victorious new country, backed by its allies and the international community, makes the release a non-negotiable diplomatic demand. International recognition. Once the new country's declaration is recognized by world powers, the continued imprisonment of their undisputed leader becomes an international issue. Mediation. Neutral governments or international bodies, like the United Nations, may broker the terms of the leader's release, providing safe passage back to their new country. In the dramatic situation you described, where a leader is arrested and then the country is immediately declared independent, the leader's fate becomes intertwined with the success of the new nation's military and political struggle. His release is the ultimate symbol of victory and the legitimacy of the newly formed state. Do you have a specific historical figure in mind, or would you like to explore other leaders who were released in the aftermath of their nation's independence?
I hope you heard it clearly. You don't know that Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like the way the Bangladesh people use their President Rahman, negotiate, that is how it happens. No law will discharge them. Because of we have made a declaration, doesn't mean that they should allow them. No, they told you here that immediately we get international recognition, they are all going to be released. Because the recognition from the international community proving that Biafra has become a full sovereign state that had regained her independence fully. So anybody who is under arrest, under captivity, will be released to go back to his country. Rahman was arrested by Pakistan. Do you hear it here? After the Bangladesh people has made their declaration, did Pakistan release their leader? The answer is no. But they push. They told you here that you have to mount political pressure. That is what we do social media today. That is what your comments also do. That is why when I told you, come to my page, my code is #Finland, free Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. Also, #Nigeria/Britain, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the President of United States of Biafra. These are the things I don't want to explain more to you. But if you have ear, you will understand, or if you have understanding level, then you will understand what they told you here that is keeping my son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why you must support the government for them to facilitate getting the recognition. All matter dies, no more court, no more incarceration. So I hope you have heard it clearly. How Rahman of Bangladesh was released. After they have captured him. Two of them are fighting for the freedom of their people. And two of them are under incarceration. In the history of Biafra, if you talk about Chukwuemeka, you must talk about Wazirike. If you talk about Wazirike, you must talk about Nnamdi Kanu. When you talk about Nnamdi Kanu, you must talk about Simon Ebanjoko, the Prime Minister. This is how our own continues. So, that is why the names are coming together. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu endorsed Simon Ekpa to us and told us that we must follow him, that he has come to bring a new dimension. Two of them, the position are separate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the president. Mazi Nnamdi is the prime minister. This is how we, the Biafra people, choose to give them. That is who they are. In what you belong to. So, my people, you have understand why. And also remember this that is going on. The right of the government of United States of Biafra as an unorganized country to call for sit-at-home protest. Sit-at-home is our protest. Because when you come out to the zoo, they kill their father and their mother. Because Nigeria is a death sentence to every indigenous people. So, I want to thank you all for being here. We have spent our maximum 3 hours and 33 minutes. So, thank you so much. I appreciate you. One love, my people. Airborne, United States of Biafra. Airborne, you who are commenting correct and following the government of Biafra. So, I want to thank you so much for being here. We are moving forward. We are moving forward. Our government has put all the documents, all our letters to every appropriate authorities that's supposed to going to help us. So very soon, it will happen. Biafran people from the rising sun. If you can stop sun from the rising, that is the only way we stop Biafra from coming. That is the only way we stop our recognition, because Biafra have already come. If you didn't believe that Biafra has already come, you're like somebody who is inside big river swimming, then soap enter your eyes. All these gullible people are around, they are inside. You are swimming and the soap enter your eyes. Could you believe that? That is those who are doing what we are doing. That is how they are and who they represent. So do not mind them. Ndi abundi onisi dronisi fadani molu no kwibo. So from me, from here, have a wonderful weekend until we see again tomorrow morning. Thank you so much.